You're listening to the Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game.
Hey folks, welcome to the Beans and Dice podcast, Thursday night live call-in show. I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
And it's just us for now. I think Wayne's going to try to join us later. He's getting prepared for his trip to Dragon Con.
Another convention.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. We will go ahead and open up the phone lines. 813-618-7099 is the number. We're a little bit behind this evening as we were in the middle of playing games.
We were gaming, yeah. I was getting taught a new one tonight. Pixies. We'll touch on that in a little bit. Our experiences. Carlos has played it a handful of times. It was my first run through, but we'll jump into that. We had another game before that. We got to finally play the expansion, the new expansion for In the Footsteps of Darwin.
Yep.
So we'll give our feedback on that one after one play. That was our first play for both of us.
Yes, of the new expansion.
Yep. So we'll talk about that one a little bit. But going to go straight to the phones tonight.
Yeah, we'll open up that phone line, let the folks jump in and talk to us about what they got going on. I know that in the chat, we got our man, James Odak, waiting for us to start this thing.
Yeah.
Don't forget, we got our call banner on the board. It's currently at 0, our call tracker. So we are still tracking how many calls we're getting. Be sure to call in and help us beat that, increase that number.
Increase the number. Yeah. Beat the zero. Beat the zero. It's a new game.
Not too hard.
Yep. So what do we got going on tonight? We're going to talk probably some news tonight. I think
I've got news articles pinned that I do want to talk about.
Yep, some good news stuff. We got to get some twigs.
We do got to catch up on some This Week in Gaming.
This Week in Gaming, yep. Probably talk about what we've been watching, what we've been doing on the side, all the other OGG, the other geeky goodness will kick in tonight.
Yes.
And then I know we've got some people in the crowd that have played a lot of new stuff. I've been seeing people post stuff on the Discord. So if you've been playing something new Thursday night, this is the night to call. So call in, tell us what you've been up to, what you've played, expose us to something new, tell us something that's good, tell us something that's bad, tell us what you've been up to. It doesn't have to be board game related. Anything adjacent, geeky adjacent, we will take it. Call in, take over the show for 5 or 10 minutes, and get us on a topic.
Yeah, we'll go into our twig.
Okay.
We'll start with our twig, and then we'll go into, which includes, so the twig, This Week in Gaming is what we call it. It is where we get to chat with you about our gaming lives. So either games that we've been playing, games that we've been receiving, as in purchasing, games that we've funded or crowdsourced, or anything that's arrived that we want to talk about, or even anything gaming content-wise that we consume that we want to talk about.
Sure.
This is usually the place where we put it. So what have we been up to in our gaming lives is effectively what it is. You can always email us at beansanddice@gmail.com to tell us about your twig. So we'd be glad to talk about it on the show. You can always call in between episodes and leave a voicemail, which we'll play during the show. So those are ways that you can contribute to the twig in the upcoming episodes.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, let's talk twig, Rob. What do you got game-wise?
What are you up to? So I was just taking a quick look here. So tonight we got a couple in. Right before I came over tonight, I got a chance to introduce my oldest son, my 21-year-old, to Kenfire Delve, the Scorn's Stockade version that I have at home. So for those of you who don't know, this is there's 3 games in the series. They each have different subtitles, but it's the Kenfire Delve. Designed really, I think, to be a 2-player game. You can play 1, 2, 3, or 4, depending on, you need 2 sets to play with 4 or 3, but the base box for each of the different ones comes with 2 delvers, 2 adventurers, whatever, I forget what the title they use is, and then it comes with 1 kind of bad guy that you're trying to go get at the bottom of the well. And I introduced him to it. It was his first play. Me and my daughter have played a handful of times. I've introduced it to a couple people. We played it at Dice Tower East. But he liked it. I think he was a good big fan of it. We won on our first run tonight, so that says a
lot.
Yeah, it's fairly rare.
That speaks a lot.
It's a tough game, but there can be some luck in there on the way things come out. So I'll admit that it definitely can be a little bit lucky with the cards. So we had a fairly, I would call it fairly easy time. We played by all the rules, though. I played it enough now that I've got the format down for it. But he liked that quite a bit. So if you're looking for a good little 2-player card game that takes maybe 30-ish minutes, maybe 40, if you lose really fast, maybe 20, but a little fun, cooperative against the bad guy, trying to just go through a deck of cards and a little bit of strategy, a little bit of rolling dice. It's a really good one. I recommend it. And there's others in the series. I know we talked a little bit before about what they got Kinfire Chronicles, which is now in the same world. It's a different game. And then there's Kinfire, is it Council? Is that the...
Yes, there's the Kinfire Chronicles, and then the new one that just came out this year, Kinfire Council, which I saw a review on.
Yeah.
It got good marks from the folks at Dice Tower.
Yeah. These games are all just in the same world, but they're very different games. I know one of them is like a dungeon crawler, one of them is more like a Euro-y kind of thing, and then this card game, the Delve series. So I recommend it. I haven't played any of the other two, the Council or the whatever. What was the other
Council or
Delve, and Kinfire Chronicles? Chronicles, there we go.
Which I think was 2023.
Okay. I'm hoping to maybe play one of the others at Dice Tower. Retreat's coming up next week. So Jim and I are going to be at Retreat. And I know there was some chat in the Retreat chat online about some people wanting to play, particularly Chronicles. And so maybe I'm hoping I can find a game of that and jump into it and give that a shot. So I'm liking the world. It's really cool. The art and stuff in it is really well done. So
which is the one you have? Because the Kinfire Delve comes with, I think, Scorn Stockdale is the one. Stockade is the one that you have.
Yep, that's the one I've got. So yep.
What made it easier this time around? Because I know you and I played, and it was definitely a toughie.
Somewhat the draw. Again, I think it had a little bit to do with the way the cards came out. We just had things that it seemed like every time one of us was attacking, the other could boost their attack. So we had a lot of just synergy going on.
Okay, so you synergized you and your son?
Yeah, and he took his time a little bit. He was really thinking things through. I know when I played with my daughter Emmy, we tended to kind of go through it a little quicker. So he was really kind of thinking through each move, and we were really talking out. So it's completely open, cooperative. You can talk about what you got in your hand. You can talk about, hey, if you play this, I can boost you and help that attack, or we should go after this bad guy first, or whatever. So it's completely all open discussion, open game. And again, we really just kind of synergized a lot of our stuff, just worked together. The cards came out kind of in an order that we did a lot of one-hit killing of stuff, and then we just seemed to have the right cards at the right time. If we needed to avoid some damage, we had that. Although I will say at the end, we got down to 2 life, so we were close.
So it wasn't an overwhelming win,
right? Yeah, it wasn't. I guess easy. I said it was definitely easier than the other plays I've had, because I've heard the success rate, I guess just from in our chat, was about maybe 1 in 5.
Yeah, so the folks in our community have talked about how difficult it is. Yeah. But it wasn't like difficult in the sense of like I don't want to play it again. It was difficult in the sense of like, okay, let's re-rack it and try it again.
I got close. I want to. We can do just a little better and beat it next time. So yeah.
Speaking of beating it next time, Wayne is in the show. Hey, Wayne.
Hey, Wayne. What's going on, guys? How's it going?
Hey,
we are well. How are you?
Glad you made it.
Good. Sorry, I'm a little late.
Oh, you're good. Good. We haven't gotten too far. We were just starting to talk about our This Week in Gaming. We were going through the Twig, and so I'd let off with I got a game of Kinfire Delve in right before I came over tonight. So me and my son played, and he's 1 for 1. He got we got the victory. I should say it's cooperative. We got the victory, but so. I've won now between him and my daughter playing with me. We've won 2 out of 7. 2 out of 6. 2 out of 6, I think. So not bad from what I'm hearing. That's a little above the curve, above the average. So good, but good game. I would definitely recommend it. What have you been up to, Carlos? You got a game on queue that you want to talk about, or?
Yes. So games. Well, go ahead, Rob. Finish your list.
We want to go round robin, or okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
So let's see. I played. We had the Scouts, the Boy Scouts BSA is doing their popcorn sales right now. It's that time of year, and so Jim in the chat, we were at popcorn sales at the same times, the same shifts, Saturday and Sunday this weekend. And even though it rained most of the day, we did find I brought a little table, and he brought some chairs, and we set up. And while the kids were selling popcorn, we were able to get in a couple quick games. I taught him both Lost Cities, and I taught him Star Wars: The Deck Building Game. Star Wars: The Deck Building Game was a big hit with Jim. We played through it once, and he was like, re-rack it, let's do that again. And then after we played the second time, he's like, I'm buying this. This is really good. So I'm really glad he liked it. I like it. I don't know if I liked it as much as he did, but he really liked it a lot. So
good.
Yeah, he'd never played, what was the one we played at lunch at USAA all the time? I won't.
Wayne, help me out here. I have the Star Trek version of it now.
The card building, you're building, you got bases, and you got ships out to defend defend them, and you're playing ships to attack.
Why is this so hard?
Oh yes, I know. I mentioned it to Jim. We
Star
talked about-
Realms.
Star Realms. There we go. Star Realms. It's basically
Because we're getting older.
It's Star Realms with a Star Wars theme over top of it. It's got some little bit of refinement, a little bit of streamlining. But
it's not like the Star Trek one. So
It's
the
not,
Star Trek
yeah.
one is like an exact clone of Star Realms, just with Star Trek ships.
Clone, I see
The
what you did
Star
there.
Wars.
Oh,
Get out.
Anyway, okay.
The Star Wars one actually changes the game because now there's a
Force.
biro.
Oh, and there's the Force thing too.
Yep,
Yeah, go ahead.
there's force powers that go back and forth.
Yep.
That you're going to be able to push the force back and forth against each other. Whoever has the force can do more stuff or do special things based on where the force icon is. And then in the center of the board, the market is a shared marketplace, and it's much more limited than what you would find in Star Realms, meaning that in Star Realms, all the cards are purchasable by you.
Sure.
Whereas in Star Wars, some of the cards are specific to the Empire, which the Rebel player cannot buy.
Right. They can attack them.
They can destroy them and get them out of the market.
And get benefits
I think it's
for it.
called bounty.
On one side is bounty hunting.
Yep.
On the other side, it's what do the rebels do? They subterfuge or something like that.
They make it nice.
Yeah,
Why can't we
wow.
shoot first?
Oh no! Wow.
Why can't we shoot first?
Han shot first?
I like the Star Wars version. There's some little bit of Philly things that kind of bothers me, but they have some variants in the rulebook that fix it.
Right.
I'm glad to hear that Jim Odak enjoyed it.
He liked it a lot. He liked Lost Cities as well. He didn't think he'd ever played Lost Cities, so I said it was his first play. As soon as we started playing, he was like, hold on. I played this on BG. I had no idea on Board Game Arena what I was doing. I lost horribly. I didn't know the rules, and so I taught him the rules. He's like, this game makes a lot more sense now. 'Cause he didn't know the whole thing about getting over 20 and negative if you're under 20 and all that, and the handshakes.
it's a good one. It's a good one.
It's a good one. So he liked it as well. But like I said, he was really blown away with the Star Wars deck builder. So I'm glad they only had one expansion. That was just the other quick thing I wanted to hit on because I was telling them I know they came out with one expansion, but anything in the Star Wars universe they could have gone so many places. So I'm wondering why they didn't. Although it's Final Fantasy or not Final Fantasy, Fantasy Flight FF games, and so I'm wondering if the financial troubles have had anything to do with not coming out with more expansions for that, or if it just wasn't that popular. I don't know.
I just don't think it's necessary to have that many expansions. Like they've gone into the Clone Wars, right? So that's pretty cool. They got into Clone Wars.
Was that the one expansion? I know they
Yeah,
had one
they took it to
expansion,
Clone Wars.
Okay, yeah.
But I can't see a reason why they would overdo it with those expansions.
Mandalorian and all. Wow, you could go so many places. Yeah, and
That's what what's the Star Wars card game, Wayne?
Oh, the deck
Unlimited?
Unlimited. Yeah, it's the newer one.
Star Wars Unlimited. That's what that's for, Robert.
Yep.
Well, I think I don't know how well this one sold. Like it was popular, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
I don't think it's so popular that it's warranting them doing multiple expansions. They probably released the one expansion they already had kind of baked, and then they were like, "Well, these sales aren't very good." So because like you sell the base game, and then every expansion sells a percentage less.
Sure.
So they're probably just wasn't popular enough for them.
it
to
wasn't
keep
blowing the
doing
doors off. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I imagine. It never blew up really big. When it first came out, a lot of people were playing it, but it kind of went away pretty quick. So, yeah, I could see that. A couple other plays I got in this last week, the last week. Last Friday, I got a chance to get over to the TGG, the Tampa Gaming Guild here locally, and I met up with Samantha, Sam, and Jim over there, and we played Bitoku. This was a first play for me. They had, I think Sam had posted 3 or 4 or 5 games she was interested in playing, and I had played all of them before except for Bitoku, and so I was like, Bitoku, that's one. I want to try that one. I want to play that, and Bitoku was good. I liked it quite a bit. I know Jim compares it often to Minefer, because there are kind of a lot of different areas of the board. Minefer is like a whole bunch of, I think, 6 or 7 different like little mini games you're playing at different parts of the board. Bitoku is kind of similar. You've got different sections of the board, and some of them, actually most of them, kind of influence another section. So there is, I think, a little more overlap in what you're doing than. Oh yeah. Carlos just shook his head when he pulled up the picture. So
is this like one of those Devier games where like the box is small, but like it's just huge game?
No, the box is big. So
this is a big
full-size.
box.
Yeah, it's a big box.
Yeah.
This is probably the biggest game Devere has done. The setup on this, Jim and Sam were finishing up a game of NAR with a couple of new people up there at TGG, and I got there a little late, so they were waiting for me to start Bitoku. So I came in right after they started NAR, which NAR is only like a little 30-minute game, but they were like, go ahead and go set up Bitoku. when they came over, I had unboxed it. All like she had the an insert, the wooden insert. It wasn't Broken Token, but it was some other new company that did a really nice looking wooden insert for it. But I had pulled out all. I got to swear, it's got to be 10 to 15 boxes of cards and chits and inserts that go inside the board. Whether you're playing with 3 players or 4 players or 2 players. Needless to say, they finished that game in NAR. They came over. I think I was on step 3 of 15 steps in the setup. And so I was like, all right, you guys just set this up because they already knew. And they came over. We're like, oh, yeah, this goes here and over there and over there and over there. I read the same line, I think, in that rule book 6 times just on the setup page, just trying to figure out what is that piece that they're talking about and where does that go on this board. And so it was a lot. But it was fun. I know Carlos hasn't. No, it is. It is a lot. It's a lot of pieces. Have you played? You haven't played Benefer yet, have you, Wayne?
Nope.
I know Carlos hasn't. Nope. Okay, so I don't have a point of reference. So again, it's compared a lot to Benefer. I think it's the same. Actually, I know it's the same designer who did this, and then Benefer was his next game. I need to play Benefer again because I've only played them both once, and I liked both of them. I liked what Bitoku did. It's very bright, very vibrant. A lot of people just can't get over the board. There's so much going on that board, and like you said, a lot of pieces, a lot of areas to go to.
But my ADHD brain is like, yes.
Well,
like, I can play here.
Yeah, if you like that. That's the big thing between this and Benefer, so I don't want to go too far into it, especially since y'all haven't played. But Benefer, we all agreed afterwards, even though Jim and Sam had played once before, I was trying to, in my head, kind of go through what I thought the big difference between the 2 games was. Benefer definitely felt a little more elegant. It felt like there was more of a flow. Like you kind of do this, and you have a couple decisions, between a couple of things, and then your next step is going to be this, and you got to decide between 2 or 3 things. In Bitoku, it's all out there. If you like sandbox, you like open, you like having 15 different places that you can go to and take 10 different strategies to try to get points. I mean, you get points for everything. They're both a point salad. But Bitoku, I got a little AP, which I'm prone to anyways, but definitely more than Benefer. After a round of Benefer, I kind of felt like, oh, I get this. I see how this leads to that and how that does that. In Bitoku, we were halfway through the game, and I was like, holy crap, I've got all this stuff now. What do I do? I mean, what am I supposed to, how am I supposed to turn these into those and make points? And, I've collected all these things. And so it
makes sense. If you look at the ranking, Bitoku is 2021.
Yeah.
It's ranked 299 for games.
Okay.
But it's a 7.8. Benefer's getting better reviews at an 8.2.
Yeah.
But it's from 2024. So it seems like, the designer, I would call him Germain.
Okay. Yeah, that works for me.
Germain. Million.
Yeah.
I don't think I could play Bitoku. That board, I just wouldn't be able to focus on that.
I know
board.
you like locking in on a strategy, and that was tough in Bitoku. It was tough it felt like I needed to do everything. I was like, oh, I got to get some of those, and then that helps me over there, and I got to get some of that to go over there, and I was.
and I know Rob, you have some vision problems, but I definitely have vision problems now as I'm getting older, and that board is, I would lose I wouldn't be able to track where to put pieces on that board. I would lose track of stuff so easily. And I think it's kind of why I may still kind of favor the older Euros that are a little simpler in just how many spaces there are, and it's the was water deep and it's too much going on. That's just
and look at all the components.
Yeah, it's
my goodness.
There's a lot there, and there's dice in there, but you don't roll the dice ever.
I'm sorry,
ever roll the dice. They're
I'm
just, out. They're just kind of, I won't call them life points, but as you move them from area to area, they roll up or roll down. But they don't ever get rolled. They don't ever get randomized. You've got a lot of dice mitigation stuff that you can add pips or subtract pips, but. I recommend the game. If it's a heavier Euro, they're both heavier-ish Euros. I'd say on the heavy side of medium or on the light side of heavy. But I enjoyed both of them. Again, I need to play both of them at least one more time to give a full breakdown on them. But I enjoyed it. Bitoku's a good game. I recommend it if you're a heavy-ish Euro gamer. And then actually the last thing on my list was getting back to Thursday. We played SETI Thursday night, last Thursday. We talked about that already. So that was my weekend gaming.
All right. So let me go. I'm going to go back to my Thursday. That would have been what, SETI with you and Max, right?
Yep,
Okay, so that was Thursday.
That's Thursday.
August. August 21st.
Yep.
So everything else did we talk about did we even get into our twig last week?
We had Max here, so we talked to Max about SETI, so we did go there. But yeah, maybe I could have gone back another week, I guess.
Yeah, because I don't know if we actually got into our twig, but I did get some Toy Battle played, some Rumble Nation, SETI with Max twice, once with you.
Yep.
Really enjoying my plays of SETI. I'm gonna kind of blast through this. Got a play of Castles of Burgundy. So here it is. It's Saturday night. And I'm all like, okay, hey, Melissa, you want to try to play a game tonight? And she's like, sure. So I'm like, all right, let me go into the game room. So I was like, let me get into the game room. I'll find a game for us to play. So a little while later, I finally get into the game room to do that. And I come over and Castles of Burgundy Deluxe is sitting on my game table. So I'm like, oh, there's your hint.
Well,
here's your sign.
That's the one.
Here's your sign.
Because I sure as heck didn't put that game on my game table.
Yeah, I like it when other people pick games for me. Yeah.
So I was like, okay, great. So I grabbed it and set it up. I always complain about the setup for that game. Not the original Castles of Burgundy, but like the deluxe, like that big box. There's like this anxiety that hits me whenever I have to set it up because there's so much in that box.
Yeah.
This big box stuff it kind of makes me more anxious. What I found is if I don't play with the minis, I don't have to go deep into the box. I can go into just the top tray. Huh? So I pull out our player mats, which already have the 1 and 2 map, which is where we tend to be for the most part. We'll flip between 1 and 2. We're going to start shuffling in some different ones next. And then in the top tray of the deluxe has everything you need to play in cardboard form. So the point trackers, the little standees that come on the little the cardboard standees for the point trackers, the turn markers are plastic. The coins, everything's in there. So I didn't have to dig into the box. My anxieties didn't get triggered. I just set up the game.
That's good.
And boom, we were playing. So we got to play in pretty quickly. Really enjoyed it. I got destroyed and realized I'm not that good at the game.
Yeah. Were you in that tournament that we had a couple years ago?
Apparently, people are scoring a lot higher than I am on average.
Yeah.
But we played again on Sunday. So
somewhere around 200 to 250 in that.
What is this 200 you speak?
It was like 180 something.
180 is not bad. 180 is not that bad.
Yeah.
I finally broke my high score at 178 on Sunday because we played it again Sunday, and I got to 178. Melissa's been to 217.
Okay.
I think when we played with her and you in that match, she got 217. I've never broken 200.
Yeah, generally, if I don't break 200, I feel like it wasn't a good game. But if I can get 225 to, around there, that is
to 500.
I can't say more. Castles of Burgundy is a great game.
Yeah,
you feel like you make a lot of decisions in the game, and it's just dice chucking goodness.
Yep.
Picked up a copy of Pixies, so that's part of my haul, and then immediately played it. I started playing solo because usually when I get a game in, I'll play two-handed to try to better understand how it plays so I can teach. So Pixies came in and I played it two-handed, and then I found a copy or a rule set variant for like a solo play. So I started playing some Pixies solo. And then after playing with Melissa, I was like, okay, there is definitely something good here with Pixies. Pixies, it comes in a small box. The same company that does sea salt and paper.
Yep.
But I tell you what, this box, Wayne, she opens
by itself almost.
Look at that. She opens.
We don't have to
rip that box open.
No, this box will be okay.
Yeah,
this box will be okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wifey said she felt it had some of the feelings of Earth. So in this game of Pixies, you are drafting cards that you're going to play into a grid of 1, 2, 3 in the top row, 4, 5, 6 in the second row, 7, 8, 9, almost like a dial pad on your phone, kind of a setup. And
what's a dial pad? What's a phone?
What's a phone? Let me tell you, okay, kids, check this out. Something called a rotary phone. Blow your mind. In Pixies, you're going to set up this tableau of cards in this grid of 9 cards in hopes of scoring 3 different ways. One way you can score is based on the number of spirals that you get on the cards and the number of X's, which are negative points that you get on the cards.
That's one way you will score.
But you have to
score each way. Yep.
You will. So you score your spirals and you score your X's. So you're drafting in hopes of trying to get those spirals and not get as many X's. You're also going to score for color groups. And this is where she got the feeling of Earth. I did too, is you're trying to set up blocks of colors. There's green, yellow, blue, red, and wild. That's it.
Oh, wild, yeah.
Wild counts as all of them. So it's 4 different colors. You want to try to lay your cards in these groups orthogonally, and then you're going to get bonus points based on the round for your largest color group, almost like Cascadia, trying to build a group. And then finally, you're going to score for what they call validated cards. Any card that has a number equal to 1 through 9, if a card is behind it, if you've tucked the card like you would in Wingspan behind it, that card is validated. It counts for its number value. When it's your turn, there's going to be a display of cards equal to the number of players that gets drawn out. You will get to pick one of those cards based on its number. If that spot is empty, that location on the grid is empty, you place that card face up. The second time that you draw that number, you will then decide which of those 2 cards is going to be your card that you score and which one is going to get tucked underneath. If ever you draw that number again, so if you select, let's say you've got a 6 that's validated, and you draw another 6, you have to place it face down in an open slot on your board. So it kind of doesn't count for anything, and it just takes up a grid spot. The round ends when a player has all 9 cards on the board. All the rules are simple. The play is simple. The fun is in deciding which cards to grab. I've played multiplayer with Rob, 2-player with Melissa, and solo. And what I'm finding is in the 2-player, it's a little tougher to get your color grids going because you're only drawing a set number of cards for each of you, and you're kind of getting a variety of colors. Whereas if you're playing multiplayer, there's 4 cards coming up, and everybody seems to start gravitating towards a certain color. So it's easier to try to get, like if I'm going for green, then that tends to mean that Rob's going to go for red because he's going to see more options with red. And it just creates a different feeling. Yeah. I am really liking Pixies.
It was fun. Yeah. You've played Duck and Cover, haven't you, Wayne? Did you play that with us at Dice Tower? Or no, you haven't played that one yet?
No.
It's got a lot of the same feels as Duck and Cover, being just a quick card game where you're kind of moving cards around, manipulating cards, covering stuff up. That's a lot of the same feels. So it reminds me of a combination of Duck and Cover and something else. I was trying to remember what I would say this is mixed with. Maybe a little bit of planets, or of Earth, I should say Earth, not planets, of Earth. But yeah, it's familiar, it's quick, it's easy to teach, it's pretty light. Scoring is a little bit of a thing. I mean, if you have the like we have the BG Stats app that has a nice score sheet in it that you can go through. Otherwise, you might need a pencil and paper because there's just in each of the 3 rounds you're scoring 3 different categories, and then you're having to add all those up. So there is a little bit of math in it, but other than that,
seeing that I'm going to play it a lot 2-player with Melissa, I went ahead and ordered a cribbage board.
Oh, there you go.
So that I can keep both in my pockets when we go out somewhere. We can play the game with a little cribbage board to just kind of keep the scores tallying up.
Just bring the abacus, yeah, right?
Abacus? Straight up abacus.
Yeah,
Abaci?
Abacus?
Multiples of them.
Yeah, you've got your abacus back there somewhere.
In the chat, James Odak says, if you never take workers, you are guaranteed 200. How true is this?
Oh, well, if you never take workers.
I don't know if you're guaranteed 200.
That seems like that's a lot.
If you never take workers, then that means you're basically
used all your dice
tiles every time you're using your dice.
Yeah.
But then there's not necessarily, because like I might do something where you play the town piece that lets you play a piece for free, or you play a castle which lets you play a piece for free, and then use one of my dice to take workers. So I still think you could take workers with actions and easily get over 200 if you're stringing. Really the biggest thing I think with Castle Burgundy is finding ways to get more than 2 actions in a round, right?
Yeah, for sure.
If you're stringing together, place a castle, I forget the name of it, the round building that lets you place another thing for free.
The town, is it the town hall or something?
I know they look like, maybe town hall. I know they look like, I don't know the names of all of them, but if you're stringing together multiple times where you're doing castle place, town hall place, whatever that is, then that's how you really score. You really need to have 5 or 6 plays during the game where you're playing more than 2 tiles in a round, or playing 2 tiles, but also getting 2 tiles for free, so that you don't have to spend dice to get tiles next time, right? Like you that's stringing together multiple actions is really the way to rack up your score in Castle Burgundy, and then also completing areas at certain times of the game too. Like you want to get. I always try to get a couple of those little ones in 2 guys quick, because that gets you some points quick, and then save that big one for mid game.
Yep.
But anyway, so it's still my all-time favorite game.
Hey, you got a caller.
In case of a fast pickup,
I
we
picked
ask
up
you
too
to let us know
quickly.
you are not a voicemail system.
Oh,
You
no.
need to press 1 to take this call.
I need to press 1 to take this call. Let's see. Let's hope it's worth it. Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is William with the Nerdy Web.
Hey, William, how you doing?
Hello, William.
Hey,
I see your
doing well.
comment in the chat. You say, sup from Dragon Con?
Yep.
Yeah. That's where we're at right now. I just peeled my Vader costume off my butt. So cooling down in the room before I get changed back into regular clothes.
Warm one up there today?
What's that?
Was it a warm one up there today? Is it hot in Atlanta?
No, it's actually nicer outside in the costume than it was inside. It's kind of getting a little cooler. It's down in like the 70s right now, maybe.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I think
With a nice breeze.
the hurricane that came through kind of has given Atlanta some nice weather this weekend. So
Relief. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
good. We got William up there already. I know Nick. So Nick Obin posted he's already up at Dragon Con. My wife's already up at Dragon Con. I'll be there
Nice.
tomorrow morning. So
Well, that stinks.
Look forward to playing some games with you, Wayne.
yep, yeah, we got a list of William's got a list. We got Brass Birmingham, Distilled, River Gold, Rock Hard, Raiders of the North Sea. We're gonna probably get a few of those in this weekend. So
Yeah, Cyberpunk, Gangs of New York. I got the complete collection for that.
Nice.
About that because Jose and I, one of my buddies, who actually introduced me to Dice Tower, and got me really into board games, really, in the beginning. He's here at Dragon Con, and he came into my house. He came to my house a few months ago before we went to Japan, and he stayed at our place for a long weekend, and we really got into the Cyberpunk Gangs of New York. It's a lot of fun, especially with the scenarios. Can really mess with you.
Nice.
Is that
No, it's,
RPG?
No, it is a game where you have control over a specific gang, and they're all asymmetrical. Each one has their own like special thing that they do better than the other person's gang, and you're manipulating your gang. It's kind of area control, but the only characters who really fight are the solos. They go in and they beat people up. The net runners go in and they hack stuff, and each character has its own abilities, and each gang has its own like specialty, its own power. And you got drones that go in and do stuff for you, and you're trying to complete like net run scenarios, different objectives, and just trying to score the most points for the end of the game. Yeah.
Very nice.
Pretty cool. It's fun. It's a fun game, and it has a bunch of scenarios that kind of change how the game plays. Like we had one that was like communism or socialism. It was a socialism one. The player who had the most street cred is not allowed to have over a certain amount of money at the end of his turn. At the end of their turn, and it's a bunch of stuff that kind of screws over the person in the lead until they're no longer in the lead, and then the new person gets screwed over by it.
Okay.
And there's welfare, like the player who's in last place gets extra money. It's just a funny scenario that kind of messes with the game a little bit. It's just one of many different scenarios they have.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep. And then they got another scenario where laws get passed after every round ends. A new law gets passed by the city. Can mess with you, like no firearms allowed, no like just a bunch of different rules that you have to start following from that point forward. The game changes depending on which scenario you put in place.
That was your buddy Jose that got you into that?
No, I got him into that, but he got me into board games. He's one that really got Keena and I into the board game scene. He kept harassing us to go to Dice Tower for years before we decided to go. And like the second year, after the second year going with him to Dice Tower, he stopped going to Dice Tower.
Oh, nice. Of course.
It's tough. It's that 4th of
Freaking
July, man. It makes it.
That makes it hard.
A lot of folks can't
It
get
does.
that off for work.
Yeah. And then we had a barbecue that we were going to for a few years. It was over 4th of July weekend.
Like at my job,
up
I
here
have
in,
to pick, I
Atlanta.
think, like 2 holidays a year at most that I can take. Right. So that way the wealth gets spread around. And when 4th of July is like always one of those weeks, and that means, I'm only going to get one more PTO day around a holiday. Like I always get the 4th off, but I won't get the days around the 4th off if I don't prioritize it.
Right.
So I don't know. We've mentioned it to Tom before. Like I think like William and I have mentioned it to Tom before, and it's like it seems like it's a good idea to do it right at the same time because a lot of people do 4th of July vacations, but it is still hard for a lot of people to get it off.
Yeah,
Right.
and especially like my example, I have an 11-year-old. He wants to hang out. Like he loves Dice Tower, but I realized that the last 2 times we've gone 2 years in a row now. I've been 3 years. This is 2 years for my family. They're like, well, we were talking to my family. It's like, well, but we always miss doing a 4th of July celebration in our neighborhood, right? So he misses doing 4th of July with his friends and things like that. So I'm like, it's like, so actually like this year, I don't know. 4th of July is actually on a Saturday. So I was thinking about so really the con ends on Sunday, right? So we may leave Saturday afternoon and go back home to do the 4th
Yep.
and not stay through that.
Go do the
Sunday.
4th of July stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, before Rob got me into Dice Tower, we spent every 4th of July at Disney and camping at Fort Wilderness, doing the fireworks show and all that fun stuff. And I think for a little bit there we did both.
Yeah.
So we would
Yeah,
do
we
like
did,
the
yeah.
weekend before, and then we would transfer over to the resort. And then now it's just Dice Tower if we do go.
Yeah.
Fireworks are overrated.
Won't be a Dice Tower next year.
Okay.
Because of the Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because we have other plans.
Okay.
Oh, keep your secrets.
Yeah, we're going to be on a cruise
Cruise. There you go.
to Alaska.
Oh,
Oh.
nice. Alaska cruise. Nice.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Loved Alaska. That was a great cruise.
Me too.
Yeah. I haven't been back to Alaska since I was up there in 2008. But that's a whole different conversation. This is supposed to be board game stuff, guys.
Yeah.
Come
Talk
on.
about whatever you want. It's all good.
God. Get on topic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Have you watched this show before?
I tell you what, William, I'm going to be up there tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably by noon. So tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, whatever. I definitely.
Yeah.
You listed a lot of games that I'm looking to play. So I definitely
That's
rock
awesome.
hard. I want to play that again. I really enjoyed that one. Distilled, I love, and certainly Brass Birmingham. I'm down.
All right. Yeah, I'm looking for players. I really want to do as much gaming as I can, but also, you gotta punish the liver every once in a while too.
That's true. And then we have our annual 2 a.m. Cruise Shadows concert on Sunday night. So
Cruise Shadows, yeah. So hey, Keenan back into the Cruise Shadows again. So come hang out with you there.
yeah,
But guys, I'm not gonna take up any more of your time. Have a good one. Always glad to see you guys on the show, and look forward to talking to you again. See you tomorrow, Wayne.
see you tomorrow, man.
Thanks for calling, William.
Have fun.
Yep. Y'all have a good night.
Night.
Every night. Yeah, the Cruise Shadows is a band. They've been coming to Dragon Con for like, I don't know, 25, 30 years probably. And they're like somewhat big in the United States, but they're like super huge in Europe, right? It's kind of like a what's the guy from Baywatch and
Oh, David Hasselhoff.
yeah, it's like a David House, but they're huge in Germany, right?
Yeah.
They always have a concert like on Dragon Con on Sunday night, and it's like they're on the schedule for like midnight, but like there's just concerts going from like 8 p.m. on, and it's like band after band after band. So every band's late, right? So it usually ends up with like Cruise Shadows going on at like they're supposed to be on at midnight. They end up starting their concert like 2 a.m. But it's massive, and it's like not the kind of music I think I would ever have been in, but like I went like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago, I finally, after being at Dragon Con for 20 something years, I finally went to their concert and I was like, this is really entertaining. And their music's actually kind of fun. So it's like, it's like the several thousand people in a ballroom at the Hyatt or Marriott, wherever it is. So it's always fun. So
Cool.
So
Let's see,
this week,
in the chat, let me jump in here. James Odak, happy to hear about Menefford. He says, Menefford, exclamation point. So I must be yelling.
Yeah, he likes that one.
Chad Stilson in the chat says, I've been on a huge solo kick lately. Marvel United, Vantage, and now Star Wars Outer Rim.
Oh.
Such good solo games.
Solo, really?
Marvel United, I agree. I do enjoy it solo, but it's more of a family game for me. Vantage, the more I listen to stuff about Vantage, the more I have to hide my wallet.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
You liking it? Really?
Jamie did an interview with Space man, it's a guy I follow, a podcast that I follow. Space something. He's a professor. This guy is like intellectual. Like the way he writes his reviews is amazing. And Jamie spent like an hour with the guy talking through Vantage, and he was talking about Vantage and all the reasons why he did certain things and the way he did it. And one of the things they talked about was you can't turn around. So Jamie's like, he knows that was intentional. If you think you can go forward and then just turn around, it's not going to happen.
Nope.
So I loved it.
Yeah, the more I hear, and because I'm catching up on podcasts, Secret Cabal talked about it, a bunch of them talk about it. I would never play this game with more than 3 people.
Yeah.
Solo 2 or 3.
Yeah, I think so.
It doesn't like everybody that's talked about like when you play with too many people is just too much downtime and not enough entertainment in between turns. But I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it. Like I would like to play it just to try it, but it's definitely just listening to all the reviews and even listening to your review, kind of quasi review last week, Rob. It's definitely a try before I buy. I'm glad I almost bought it because I wanted to support him with all the tariff stuff, and this was like his passion project. But I'm just like, it's Jamie, it's Stonemaier Games. The game's gonna sell well.
He'll be okay.
They'll be
I think
okay.
he'll be okay, right? So I'm like, I bought
Go back to Wingspan.
For Finspan, I buy enough Stonemaier product. We're buying that game just kind of not out of spite, but out of just a desire to support him. I'm like, let me think about that. So
where's my Finspan expansions? I'm ready.
It's working. It's coming. Yeah, it's coming.
I'm-
I think probably early next year. Right?
I hope so. Yeah, I'm waiting. Yeah.
He
All right.
talked about it's already like the Finspan is already it's on his list of games. I think Finspan expansion. So it's
Is it?
already-
I haven't looked, but okay. Yeah.
I'll pull it up real quick, see if I can find
Okay.
it.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I just I wonder because I just hadn't heard anything about it yet, but maybe just hasn't gotten out there yet.
Vantage is getting good reviews. Star Wars Outer Rim, it's one that's loved here. It's tougher at higher player counts. I don't think I've ever played it solo. So that's not saying that there isn't solo rules or that there aren't.
There isn't.
Yeah, English is not my first language. That there aren't solo rules. I'm sure there are somewhere, at least variants. I'm going to have to look that up because that is one I do enjoy.
I haven't heard of that, but you say Vantage is getting good reviews. Man, I'm hearing some bad ones too. I'm hearing they're pretty split. Yeah,
Probably it's very polarizing. But
I'm not saying that it's good reviews. What I'm saying is the stuff I'm hearing,
okay. That you are things
even
that
in
you
the
like.
reviews that are like negative-ish or meh,
Okay.
the stuff I'm hearing, I'm like, but I might like that.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's keep this thing rolling. That was our call from William, heading out to Dragon Con. It's on me. So I was at Pixies. We talked a little bit about Pixies.
Yep.
I want to talk a little bit about In the Footsteps of Darwin. I don't want to get too deep
Yeah, so we're both
and do a full review because
Okay.
I'd like for Wayne to
play
also
it
get a
first.
play of the expansion.
Should we say anything then?
Yeah, let's just.
Okay. All right.
We did our first initial play.
We played it.
First impressions of the new Correspondence expansion, which came out in 2025, so just recently. In the Footsteps of Darwin is a game from 2023 from Sorry We Are French, designed by Gregory Grard and Matthew Verdier. It is a tableau of creatures that you're drafting from based on the location of the Beagle, which is Darwin's ship.
Yep.
You're trying to get sets of mammals or birds or types of animals that you're going to put into a grid, and then you're also trying to get sets of locations or countries where they come from in order to score points. There's going to be special scoring tiles that give you points based on different criteria. It was very samey. It was very fast. It was very light and beautiful. For all those reasons, we loved it, but did not get it to the table for more than maybe a month. I think after a month of playing it, Wayne, I don't know about you, my copy kind of sat there because it got a little samey. This new expansion is supposed to breathe new life in it. I did feel new life breathed into it.
Sure.
In that, for the first time, I felt like this little combo thing going, where like I felt like I was hitting some combos, and that's always an endorphin rush, a dopamine rush, right? To get combos. So there's something here. It played just as fast as I imagined it as the original. I don't think it felt like it was any slower.
No, I don't think so.
And the complexity was definitely not ramped up.
No, not really.
But that sideboard that it comes with the expansion didn't hit me in the face. I felt like we had to work to use that sideboard more than the sideboard was integrated into the game, which is not a terrible thing. So for now, that's kind of my feelings on it. It brought new life into the game.
Sure.
How much life, and then will it continue to be played? We will let you know more. Wayne, did you buy the expansion? Okay, he's muted, but it's okay. The mute monster has him. It sounds like he shook his head and said no.
Yeah.
And he's still trying. It's
not
okay.
hearing you at all.
But either way, if he shook his head and said no, he can always borrow my copy to get it played because I want him to play the expansion too.
Yeah, or maybe in the coming week we can all get together and play it before the show sometime. I mean, we keep saying that about a bunch of games, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna.
Can you guys hear me now?
We got you now.
Got you now.
All right. My mic keeps cutting out, so I just switched to the headset. So sorry for bad audio that I'm switching to, but no, I haven't bought the expansion. I want to buy it.
Well, try before you buy.
Try first.
If you take
first.
my copy home,
try first. Yeah,
and then we'll give it to Beans, and we'll Beans the expansion.
Yep.
Okay.
So that was my play of Footsteps of Darwin.
All right. So Rob, for FizzFan Expansion 1, the design, the artwork, the development, the blind play testing, the solo design, and the graphic design are complete. And
nice.
Pre-production is in process.
Woohoo!
Or it's getting ready to go into pre-production.
That's what I want to hear. All right, sweet.
Can we get some prettier fish?
And it's expected Q1 2026, so early next year. Yep.
Okay, nice. That's what I want to hear. That's perfect. Thanks.
There you go. Yep, there you go.
Part of my twig is going to be my haul, and in my haul this week is Jungo. I've been seeing these reviews come through for Jungo. Jungo by Happy Camper Games, the same company that makes Trio, the little avocado-looking one that you see. Happy Camper Games did this Jungo game, which, based on everything I'm seeing, based on my rules reading, it's like Scout distilled, right? So what I mean by that is Scout plays, if you ever played Scout, in Scout, you cannot change the order of your hand. You're going to card shed by playing ladder climbing, meaning you're trying to get rid of your hand by playing cards to the table that have a higher strength than what's already on the table.
Right.
So very similar to that, except the rules so far, Wob, just distill it down.
Okay.
You cannot change the order of your hand. There's no runs. It's only sets. So you're only playing, if you're going to play a set of cards down, it has to be of greater number of cards or a greater rank of cards than the cards that are already on the table.
So just pairs, triplets, quads.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you put down a pair of 2s, I can put down a pair of 3s and call that stronger than yours. Or I can put down 3 1s, which is more cards than what you have.
Sure.
Now, when you do that, you take the cards that are already on the table and you decide if you want to place them into your hand in any order.
I've heard
so
about
the
that.
Scout piece of it.
Yep,
right. So you can put them anywhere. You can divide them up. So if you get like 4 cards out of it, you can divide them up and put them in there. But you got to do something with all of them. Or you can just discard them. So if you don't want them in your hand, because you're trying to be the first one out of cards,
Get out of them.
but you're also trying to build sets, and you can't change the order of your hands. Or you can, when it's your turn, instead of playing cards to try to beat a set, you can just draw. Right, so if you can't play or choose not to play, you can just draw a card off the top of the deck. And like Uno, when you draw a card off the top of the deck, you can choose to put it in your hand. You can, unlike Uno, you can discard it, or like Uno, you can just play it. Meaning, if you draw a card that lets you pull cards from your hand to create a more powerful play than the cards that are there,
Sure.
you can just jungo it. The rule of the jungo, they call it.
Jungo,
The
okay.
rule of the jungo. And then you play it. So very simple rule set. Like right there, that was it. That was the whole game. That's the whole setup. Nothing complex like Scout with deciding what order, top or bottom, to face your cards, right? Because it's two-sided. The scoring is gone. There's no scoring. It's just you just want to be the first one out. Super simple. I'm looking forward to playing this with the family.
Okay.
I think this is going to be my new everyday carry. It's going to replace Trios, which is currently in my
Get rid of
my
that.
bag.
Get rid of that one.
Oh, you have bad memory.
Yeah.
And then continuing my haul, Rob, slide that bad boy over here. Check it out, Wayne. Oh, look at that bad boy. Let me zoom this thing in. Okay, so here is the Arnak Adventure Chest, as it's called. So the Arnak Adventure Chest is the big box. There's the thickness of it. That has replaced these two boxes that I have, which had already replaced a third box. So my two expansions, Lost Ruins of Arnak, are now, and Lost Ruins of Arnak are all now inside of this treasure chest. And I was nervous about doing this. I had gotten the box in, Wayne. I don't know how you felt about it, Wayne. When I got the box in, I got super nervous about like actually doing it.
You're good. Yeah.
About actually like moving the components into this big honking thing, because none of the trays like tell you what goes where. So it's like I felt like I was going to be guessing to figure out what goes where. But I started watching this video of this guy, and he was like, he's doing it live. So I'm watching this guy do it. He's loading up his Arnak chest, and he's got an hour-long video. I'm like, all right, this is going to take forever. So I'm watching this guy loading up his Arnak chest, and then I realized about 15 minutes in, he's just watching a video of someone else loading their Arnak box. So maybe I should just go see the video he's watching.
Yeah. Go straight to the source.
Apparently, CGE has a 15-minute video of how to move the components from your expansions into the chest.
Do that instead of the 1 hour. Yeah.
I did that. The problem is the video is so fast, you have to pause.
I got to watch it twice?
Because it's so quick. Like
really?
they fly through. You just got to hit pause.
Okay.
So for those of you that are getting your Arnak chest, for those that are arriving, CGE on their website, they actually have a video that's in YouTube that shows what goes where, and it's perfect, like to the T. Everything fits in great. You just got to be prepared to hit pause, like quick, because it is so fast.
It's a 2-minute video, and it takes
was it? It was fast.
Yeah, you have to pause quick. And what's good is actually even my upgraded bits, because I had 3D printed.
I was worried about that.
They fit too, so yeah, everything fit in there.
Yeah, let me show that off. I have. And the boards, because the board ships separately than the box.
Yeah.
I was worried that the board wasn't going to fit, but it did.
Yeah.
So here's my upgraded bits. I've got the wooden compasses. I've got 3D printed gold coins. And I went ahead and washed my tablets with a dark wash to kind of bring out the actual
hieroglyphics
texture, the writing on it. And I washed my coins, but it all fit in there, even the upgraded bits.
Yep. Yeah, the box is well designed. It definitely, I think, what's cool about it is you just take the things out and put it right on the board, and it's ready to play. Like you don't have to unbox it. The insert is made to just take all the boxes out and put them right on the board, which is nice.
Do you think that this deck holder is going to do okay? Like, do you think it?
Yeah.
I'm a little nervous about these cards, like flipping out of it, but I'll give them props. They set it up for campaign as well.
Yep.
So there are tabs in here where you have your deck of cards, like almost like a legacy game where the cards are in order, right? But then it's got a tab, so a divider specifically for the ones that are completed. So like you're playing the cards out of this legacy deck and sliding them into a spot. So it's easy to, again, set it up. You just take it out, open it up, look at the tab. That's where I'm at in the campaign.
Yeah, it's good. It's well done, and I mean it's a big box, but it's not.
It's not huge.
Not massive.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good size.
It's pretty big, but yeah.
It's nice because the Arnak box was already a long box.
Yeah.
The Arnak box already took up like the entire depth of the IKEA shelf. This just expands it out to the width and then adds maybe a couple inches of height. So it doesn't really, like Arnak, swapping it out isn't as terrible. Beans and Dice Podcast, state your name, where you're calling from.
Hi, William. Where you calling from? Beans, whatever. They're asking where you calling from. Is it you?
Who do we got on the line?
You're on the air. Is that you? Oh, he's asking me. Why are you listening? Wait, you told me to call them. You told me to call them like the actual show. Why'd you tell me to call the actual show?
I think they're at Dragon Con.
I'm guessing.
I'm guessing this is William's friend.
Wait, you made me call the actual show? I thought this was just like dial-up podcast or whatever. What about it? What are you guys playing?
Right now, Lost Rooms of Arnak is on our table. What do you got going on?
Oh, I don't know. My drunken friend just told me to dial some number, and then
Right,
he's
I'm
like, "It's
going to throw out
podcast.
some
Listen
guesses.
to it."
Is this Juan?
No, but close.
Jose.
Jose, yes. Oh, so Mr. Williams already told you about me.
I think he did warn us ahead of time. I was trying to remember who he warned us about.
Oh, he warned you about me. Got it. Okay.
A little bit.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Williams. Thank you. Great. All right. Wait. So this is a podcast? I don't even know what this is. So, like, you guys are just playing? Oh, so there you guys are. Okay. Show me. Okay. All right. So you guys are just playing a bunch of games. Okay. This is cool. Yeah.
This is cool. We do games. William told us that Jose, right? William told us that you introduced him to board gaming.
Yes, that is absolutely correct. I took him to. I convinced him to go to Dice Tower one year, and then he just like exploded, and now he's completely addicted. So way more than I am now.
It usually goes that way. Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Well, I know you accidentally called the show, but we got to make a topic out of it. What was the last board game you played?
William, what did we play last? What was that one that I beat you at? Oh, was Cyberpunk the last one? Oh, yeah, it was Cyberpunk. Yeah, no, it was Cyberpunk. Yeah.
Cyberpunk. Okay, he was telling us a little bit about that.
No, we were just kind of learning as we went, and we just had to. We were playing it wrong for a little bit, but we figured it out at the end, right where we ran out of time. So we didn't really get to get like a full run with it. But then he goes and already bought all the what is that called? Like the table tokens or whatever. The organizer and all the chips and everything from our broken at play. He just already went, I love this game, and I'm just going to buy everything for it. So he's got all the little figurines and, the little spinny thingies and, whatever else he's got on it. So, but yeah, he went ahead and bought everything now.
Nice.
And, are we going to play that again? Okay, so yeah, so apparently we're going to play it again. I'm going to get to use the fancy tokens this time, and he's actually going to read the rules this time.
Well,
I'm sorry, what?
That's always a good idea. But what's your review on it? Did you enjoy it? Is it a good game?
It is a good game. I think I want to try it with several people. I always prefer games that with at least 4 people on there.
Yeah.
Unless it's designed for a 2-player game, but it's not designed for 2. It's definitely designed for more people. And a lot of screw your neighbor, and everybody for themselves or pretending to be for somebody else, but it's really you're for yourself. So it is the kind of game that I definitely enjoy that. No, any chance I get to, make sure William loses, I'm very happy about that.
Me too. That's 100%. That's the goal. Yeah. All right. What's your favorite game of all time?
Right now, honestly, I just like Azul, only because I can teach people that don't know how to play any games, and I use that as a gateway game to kind of get them addicted to playing games as well. So I end up playing that one a lot, but I do like it. It's complex enough, and for me to beat them at it, and it's simple enough to teach them the rules so that they think they know what they're doing.
Nice. Okay.
Sounds like Jose and I have a lot in common.
Yeah.
You got to build your own game groups. You got to evangelize.
Exactly. Right. You understand? That's exactly how that works. So,
Well, what we do here, If you're not familiar, what we do here every Thursday night, we take live phone calls from 9 to 11 p.m. from people all across the world now.
Worldwide.
We're
yeah.
international. We've
Yeah.
taken international calls from people who talk to us about board games. That's it. That's all we do.
So how many people you got listening right now?
Oh, right now, 8.
11? Well, it was just 11. It wasn't 11.
So 11 these people. Okay.
So Jose got on, and then it dropped.
Right, that's what I'm about to ask. So how many people did I scare off? So
No, but
great.
listen,
Now
by
back to 9. There we go.
the weekend, we tend to have like 100 views. By the time we get to the weekend, because a lot of folks don't do the live thing, but they'll watch afterwards.
Watch the replays, yeah.
So and we've got a strong community of folks. I love our beans that are out there because they are committed. Like the same folks tend to be in here in the chats, blowing us up. We really appreciate the beans, and you're one of them now.
Oh, great. Yeah, great. I feel like I get shanghaied and I just woke up on the boat. So
Well, and
perfect.
I will be up at Dragon Con tomorrow. I would have been up there tonight, but I had some family issues. But I'll be there tomorrow, so we'll get a game in this weekend.
all right, I will be there. I'm pretty sure I'll get roped into something too. So
Wayne, make sure Jose gets a
like,
sticker.
Oh, meet me.
Yes.
He's going to be like, meet me in this room. We got a party going on. You know, there'll be girls or whatever, and then I show up, and it's going to be you guys.
Board
But
games.
you know what?
Board
I'll
games.
still enjoy it. I'll still enjoy it. So it'll be great.
Hey, great to meet you, Jose. Have fun.
All right, likewise. All right, catch you guys later.
Thanks for
Bye.
calling.
Man, I'm gonna have to try this Cyberpunk game maybe this weekend because this looks cool.
Yeah, that was that new
Yeah.
the new edition that came out.
So very cool.
Odak says too funny. He's right. I set him up for a trap.
That's how we do.
Man,
Yes.
I know you guys have both been to Dragon Con, but like it's been a lot of years since you went last.
I'll say
probably.
we worked Dragon Con. Like
we didn't go and enjoy Dragon Con too much, but yeah.
I remember we were leaving the sales floor because we were
that
working
story,
on the
yeah.
sales floor.
Right.
Poor Rob couldn't make it back to the car. We had to stop and like sit on the
Just
floor.
sat on the floor.
The whole time.
He literally just laid on like the floor that people walk on. He just laid down. He goes, I can't move.
I'm done.
Man,
Too
that
old
is
for
like
this.
that's the first year I did Dragon Con. Same thing. I worked for WizKids and
Oh, a little crash. That's all right.
do you need to go check that girl?
he'll run off there. But you said first year you were at Dragon
Yeah,
Con?
the first year Dragon Con, buddy of mine, Steve, we worked for WizKids. We were both judges for HeroClix, and we ran HeroClix demos. And dude, we stood and worked all day, every day. And like
Yeah.
by like the second or third day, I was chafed. I couldn't stand, my legs were sore. I couldn't walk right. It was like, I'm never doing this again, dude.
Yep.
Nope, I'm doing
That
it.
was pretty much it. Yeah, first year I did it. I did it before I took Carlos up there. I went up there with that year. I think it was Cool Stuff Inc. and I demoed games, so I got to sit and play games all day. And then the second year we went, they didn't need people to demo, so we ended up on the sales area, and they're selling hawking games the whole time. So we were standing up on the concrete floor. I think they did have like a really thin carpet or something in their area, so it was a little bit padded, but I mean, it was standing up for I don't know 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever it was, hawking games for 3 days. Yeah, I was done.
My job was to get bags in people's hands.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were handing out bags, walking.
I
around
was
with
the
bags there,
master bag meister. Like I was just getting rid of those bags. I was handing people
But, like,
multiple bags.
You know, officially the con is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So boom. But like you could look at pictures of Dragon Con last night. There was tens of thousands of people already there, partying
Yeah.
and hanging out all night long.
Imagine.
There were people checking into con hotels last weekend.
Oh
There were
really?
people posting pictures last Saturday, like I'm here. Where is everyone? And it's like, really?
A week early.
Like people just it's gotten crazy, man. It's so big.
Yeah, that's a lot of people. A lot of people.
I think it's bigger than Gen Con. It's bigger than Essen. But it's just the way people count badges, right? I think there are more people at Dragon Con than at any other convention.
Nice.
Period.
Beansanddice podcast. State your name. Where you calling from?
This is Jim Odak from D. Suffer Hills.
Hey, Mr. Odak.
Mr. Odak.
How are you, Jim?
I am tired, man.
Are you? Well, you've been moving. You've been hawking popcorn. What else you been doing?
Civil Air Patrol, hawking popcorn,
Yep.
unboxing boxes, home renovations,
Mm-hmm.
and we're doing a major project at work at the same time. It's wonderful.
Busy guy and playing board games. I just saw you a couple nights ago.
Yeah. So, first thing, Castles in Burgundy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying not do combos, but if you could avoid ever taking workers,
Yeah.
you will get 200 points.
Is that a mathematical thing? Has somebody mathed that out, or?
I'm going to test it because
Wait.
Wifey and I are committed.
You have-
We're
you have-
playing again until we get over 200 on the regular.
Okay.
There you go. All right. So I wanted to call in. So last night played, tell me how to pronounce this. Ostia?
Ostia is what I've been saying.
Ostia.
You're putting the
So I've had a
emphasis
lot
on
of-
the wrong syllable.
Yeah. I've had a lot of people tell me I should play it because I've been very vocal about how much I enjoy playing Trajan. And apparently Trajan was an influence for the person who made this game. So we played it last night, and it's a good game. But I didn't have, I'm not going to buy it, though. It wasn't over the top.
Yep, I saw
But
your
I think-
your note on that. But yeah, go ahead.
I think two things didn't do it for me. So in Trajan, you're doing one action a turn. There's ways to do it at 2 or 3, but it's usually one action a turn, and the turns are fairly snappy. And Ostia, you have unlimited. If you have the resources, you could do as many actions of that type you want, and that made the turns really long. And I think it also increased the AP.
Could be. Yeah.
I think that was a big piece of why it didn't do it for me. It's a cool looking game, not horribly colorful, but it's a cool game. It's got a good feel. It is got a lot of Trajan in it. Trajan and a little bit of we played with the Pirates expansion, which reminded me of the Lords of Waterdeep expansion with the skulls.
I haven't played with the Pirates. I just played the base, and I wonder if that adds some complexity. I wonder if maybe that slowed things down a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, the turns were long.
Yeah, I don't remember the turns being particularly long.
Yeah, I don't remember. Granted, I've only played the game once as well, but I definitely it's a buy for me. I just signed up for their newsletter for when they release it.
Yeah.
The version here, this was a great game for me. But hey, not every game's for everyone. I mean, I think I thought Ostia was amazing. Jim's and Jim, I know you really like Galactic Cruise, and I was kind of meh. So it's just certain games just hit people differently. So it's interesting that you could have the same game style, or we like the same kind of games, but some games hit, some games don't. So.
But you played
Galactic Cruise when I first played it. I didn't want to like it because I heard there was too much hype, and I absolutely loved it. Went out and bought it right away.
Yep.
I do that a lot.
I
Yeah,
I think I wanted to like it, and then I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's awful. I would play it anytime Brighton brought it out. I don't have that urge to go out and buy it and own it.
Yeah, it's another one. I just wonder if maybe you need to try it without the expansion.
That's what I was
see
going to
the
say.
difference makes, because I know you and I have talked about just on another topic, Nucleum. I did not love Nucleum. Everybody seems to love Nucleum, and I was like,
Yeah.
But I haven't played it without the Australia expansion, and I've heard that it's tighter and it's maybe a little more streamlined, a little quicker without the Australia expansion. And I tend to like my games tighter and streamlined, and so I need to really play that without the expansion. And so, but yeah, I've only played Ostia one time, so I can't speak. But I heard the Dice Tower review when they reviewed the expansion, the Pirates expansion. They said their opinion, I think, if I remember correctly, this was a little while that I saw it, that it did add too much. It was almost like it took a really good base game and added extra stuff that didn't need to be there.
I could say that about probably 70% of expansions.
Yeah.
Which is why I don't understand, Odak, why you get into games for the first play chock full of expansions. I feel like you gotta have the donut, the basic donut.
Not with all the sprinkles.
Let me
and
get the
icing
glaze.
and-
I want to see what kind of batter you're using and what oil you're frying it in, right? And then I'm gonna go for that crazy donut with all the extra stuff on it.
There are so many different levels of expansions. There's expansions like you're describing here. It may not be this expansion, but it adds too much or just adds unnecessary stuff. Tiletum, if that expansion not necessary, I think it's more of a fix to make the game different.
Agreed.
But then there's expansions like I think
Prelude and
Stonemaier does good
Mars,
expansions.
Yeah. So
Well, that's one. Like Stonemaier does good expansions, like Expeditions and the Apiary. It doesn't really add a whole lot to the game, and it fixes things and improves things.
Yeah.
But I still,
So there's
I still
different
think you should play the base. Like, how is the foundation of this game?
Jim wants to try all the expansions so he can see what he likes and what he doesn't like, and then he can pull them out.
I think Nucleum, this game, I think you're spot on. But I think like Expeditions, I don't think anybody should ever play it without the expansion.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what I was missing is I need to try the expansion.
Yeah.
It was an enjoyable
the
game, but
base game
not in
was
love with it.
okay. It was okay.
Yeah, Jim and I have talked about that this weekend at the popcorn booth, and I told him, I was like, yeah, I just maybe I need to give it a shot with it. I played it, I think, 3 or 4 times, and I was like, it's okay. But Jim was telling me he thinks I'll like it with the expansion, so I need to try that again with the expansion.
But OC, I think I definitely will try it without the expansion. I mean, I think I want to try it with like less than 4 players too. I think.
Sure. Yeah. Maybe that would do something. Maybe 3 players.
I think Rob, we played it with 3. We played 4 because it was you,
I think
me,
it was
Daryl,
4.
and somebody else. Yes.
Yeah, I think it was 4.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think, without the pirate stuff, I think it does take a little bit of the AP out. It takes a little bit of the extra stuff that you can do out, and it streamlines it a little bit more. You have fewer choices. The turns are probably a little quicker. So that's what I heard.
I thought it was like a perfect blend of Concordia and Crusaders because you have that Rondell and you have the
Rondell was fun.
Yeah.
I think the Pirates really made it feel like Concordia to me. But the thing about the Pirates, I think you're spot on. It added a lot more you had to do, and it wasn't like a type of expansion you could ignore because you couldn't go anywhere unless you got fight to pass the Pirates.
Right. And then it added new buildings, and so it was another whole set of buildings you could do. I think it added something to the Rondell. So yeah, it just added more complexity. I think all the way around.
You could ignore the buildings probably.
Yeah.
But you had to deal with the Pirates though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's for me to play that, I guess, without an expansion, which is an unusual thing.
Wow, Jim's admitting to wanting to play a game without an expansion. All right, we did something. Well, when Wayne gets his copy, we'll make sure we play.
And then we actually played Trajan after that.
Oh, okay. I've only played Trajan once.
I really love Trajan. I think Trajan to me is like if there was a classic game that everybody must try, it's Trajan.
Yeah, it's a good one. I liked it. I didn't love it, but I didn't know what I was doing for half of it. So again, it was one of those I stumbled through, and so I need to play it again. And it's been a little while since I played. That was back at and the one time I played was back at your turn. So it's been a few years, but yeah, I need to try it again.
I think we played it at like 3:00 in the morning too. So
it could have been. Yeah, it could have been one of those crazy ones. So but yeah, I definitely need to try that again. Cool. What else you got going on? Anything? I know we're getting ready for retreat coming up, so we're leaving Tuesday night, right?
Yeah.
Dice Tower retreat.
Already? That was
fast.
fast.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get Tekenu and the Great Wall in.
For sure. Yeah, those two. I started making my list last night, and again, I ended up at almost 50 games. These aren't games I obviously that I'm going to play all 50 of them, but I made a list of it was right around 50 games that I'm going to kind of look for those as we go. And yeah, those two were definitely on there. There was a handful more. I want to play brass again. It's actually been a little while since I played brass, so I need to get that to the table again.
Especially with the announcement of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, and more keeps coming out. Mike keeps giving us information on the updates, but yep.
But you said you weren't going to play brass until Pittsburgh came out.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, well, we'll see. No, if I get a chance to play the Dice Tower retreat, I'm going to play it at the retreat.
Yeah, I still need to bring Lancashire one time. Let you guys play Lancashire so you can see the difference between Birmingham and Lancashire.
Yeah, for sure. You said Lancashire's a little tighter, so
a little harder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm all for it. Let's make that happen sometime. Cool.
But and then you guys talked about the Star Wars deck building game. I'm going to get through the retreat, and just in case anything comes up where I can find it there, and then I'm gonna obtain me a copy of that.
Are you going to go for the
With
new
the expansion?
With expansion?
Well, they're two separate games. The expansion is a standalone.
Oh, actually, it is a standalone.
It is
yeah.
a
Oh, is it
standalone.
really?
Yes,
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I was going to ask you. Which one are you going to go for?
forgot.
Clone Wars or stick to the OG?
Can you mix them together, or is it they?
I think you can.
Okay, yeah.
But it is standalone.
Well, this is me we're talking about. That means I'll probably just do both.
He's gonna get it all. He's gonna 3D print some stuff. He's gonna. We talked about it while we were playing the other day. The cheapest thing in that thing is that little the little
Force tracker.
Force tracker. It's just like a little piece of cardboard folded in half. I was like, you need to 3D print something with a little trough down the middle where you can just push that little thing up and down the trough. Yeah, but as you're pushing it back and forth, that would be nice. So, but yeah, Jim's gonna get it all. He's gonna get everything. And we're going to play Unconscious Mind, too. I want to play that again. So make sure we get that in at the retreat.
Yeah.
Yep.
See, that was another game, boy. I was like, halfway through that game, and I was like, I got to get it.
Yeah. It's starting to sound like Carlos. You get halfway through the game. It's like before it's even over, you're already online looking for it. Yep.
Yeah. Some games are that way, and some games just aren't.
Yeah. All right. Anything else for us before you go tonight?
No, that was it. Thank you, gentlemen. Have a good night. And good luck at Dragon Con.
Yeah, Wayne.
Yeah.
Don't let those nerdy wed guys get you too imbued with alcohol.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of that at Dragon Con, man. It's crazy.
All right, Jim. Have a good evening. We appreciate it. And thanks for calling in. And I will see you Tuesday. Oh, no, I'll see you tomorrow night, actually. We're playing Ticket to Ride tomorrow night.
Wow.
Thank you for being caller number 3.
Caller number 3. Have a good night, Jim.
Yeah, I didn't want to be number 2.
Oh, no, yeah, you don't want to be number 2.
Never good to be.
You're never good to be number 2. See you, Jim.
Get
Hey,
out.
Jim.
Right.
You what's the where are you on the campaign as Ticket to Ride?
We are on game 10 of 12, so we have 3 left.
So yay or nay?
Jim and I were talking about that again. We had hours to this weekend at Popcorn Booth. We were there for 10 hours between the 2 days, so we had plenty of time to talk. And Jim was saying he's ready for it to be over. It's Ticket to Ride over and over and over again. They add new things every time, so there's a new little element you got to deal with. I think I agree with him. I've enjoyed it. It's definitely more of a family weight game, and we're playing with 4 heavy Euro players, so it's on a different level than our normal playing. But I'm glad we did it. It was fun. It was light. It was a nice palate cleanser after the Clank Legacy 2, and we're talking about going into one of the heavy space campaigns next. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to queue up next. But we're talking about a much heavier game to follow this up. So I think this was a nice one to kind of throw in the middle. But it's
So it's not really for heavy gamers, but okay.
It's definitely family weight. I mean, it's Ticket to Ride. So I mean, Ticket to Ride is definitely an intro, not an intro. What we call them now, welcoming games is what we're calling them. So it's welcoming plus, just because they, like I say, every game it's going to throw a new little thing in there, and there's some cool stuff. I don't want to spoil anything, but there's a few times it's been like, ooh, that was kind of cool, but it's nothing that it's Ticket to Ride. Once you start the game, you're playing Ticket to Ride, and you're doing it over and over and over again. So 12 times. So yeah, after about 8, 9, you're kind of ready for it to be about over. So I think it's done its thing. The games get longer as you go because, again, I don't think this is any kind of spoiler, but the first game,
out west, yeah.
Right, the first game you're just playing the East Coast. You only start with a certain number of trains, and then you add a couple of trains every game. So you're adding to the board. The board gets bigger, and you have more trains. So the games go from those first couple of games were literally the first one was like 15, 20 minutes. Then they got to half an hour, 45 minutes. Now the games are lasting us an hour plus. So by the time we get to the last couple, they'll probably be hour and a half games. So it's good. It's Ticket to Ride. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for the price, like, I'm glad you guys did it. Like, because I was thinking about buying it. I think I'll pass because I could just play Ticket to Ride. Like,
yeah.
I don't
Different maps.
Yeah, when you have different maps, I have Europe, I have Markland, I have regular, but it seems like the building out is cool, but it's okay, and like the plot twists are cool, but okay. There's nothing there's not like that Pandemic Legion season 1 where you're like halfway through, like, holy cow, like
Yeah, no.
there's
There's
isn't that big reveal.
nothing that hits you hard. There's little story things, and they loosely string together from one to the next. There's kind of an overarching thing going on, but it's nothing exciting. None of us are like, ooh, what's going to happen next in the story? It's like, oh, okay, the person did the thing. Yeah, we kind of predicted that's what was going to happen. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Makes sense. Cool.
but yeah, it's an experience. I'd say, for families or lighter gamers, it's fun to go through, and it doesn't take forever. So, so I would recommend it if you're looking for something to play that's not overly complicated. But I wouldn't say that anybody should rush out and get it. It's fine. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll look for
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. Yeah.
It's the kind of game
Finally.
where like you look, next year or two, it'll probably be on clearance somewhere or half price.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
it'd be kind of worth it.
Yeah. Agree.
Very cool. So
What else?
That was my twig.
That
So we
was
got
yeah,
through
that-
my twig.
Does Wayne have a twig?
yeah, a little bit. So I've been playing some Crokinole with my kid, so I've been enjoying
nice.
that. I like want to we need to do one of the game days in the next couple months. I should bring the fancy board that I got and do like a little. We could set up on one of the tables and say as the day goes on, like sign up everyone there as like a little tournament and just let people play.
Yeah.
So see if we can kind of do that for fun. Playing a video game, but Balatro, I kind of got into playing Balatro a little bit.
Yeah.
Found like it was interesting. I played it like once or twice a few weeks ago, and I was like, I didn't quite get it. And then the other day I was playing it. My wife sat down and she's played it a bunch, and she was like, "Oh, well, you got to do this Joker thing and do this thing, and then that's how you really get it going." Pretty cool. I liked. It's a very cool little game. I'd be interested to see how you implement that as a game you could play off of a computer.
Well, apparently the gang was supposed to be.
Gang was supposed to be that.
No, sorry, not the gang. Ace of Spades. Yeah,
yes, but
was supposed to be Balatro like.
that
Yeah.
had a whole issue.
It'll be back. It'll be back.
Yeah.
It'll be back.
in a
Fixed,
final
yeah.
form.
Yeah. What's interesting about that is speaking about Ace of Spades is like I've really now caught up on all of the podcasts that covered that game prior to or just at the start of Dragon Con. And about half of the podcasts have like in a future episode been like, hey, just looking back, we covered this game a little bit and this happened and this the game clearly had some cards that weren't cool and da 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 da. So it's about 50-50 of all the, I listened to probably 20 different podcasts. So about half of them have been like, maybe 10 or 12 of them covered the game, and about half have since gone back and been like, hey, yeah, we played the game, didn't come across those cards, or we didn't see them, or we didn't even think about it. And in retrospect, yeah, it's kind of crappy. I'm glad that the Devere is it Devere? Yeah, Devere is making it right, and then whatever. The other half, it just ignored it, like it never happened. So I'm like, okay, like it would have been good to just. Even the Dice Tower didn't even address it. Like they had their review, they just pulled their review, and they said, "Oh, because the publisher's pulling the game, we're pulling our review." Just say like we didn't come across those cards, and we didn't even think about it. Like it's totally cool. Like it's never like no one's gonna like crucify you because you made a mistake, right? If you fess up to it, like I think Devere is gonna come out as well because they literally just said we were ignorant, we were wrong, we're gonna fix it, and then. Done, right? No one's talking about it anymore. People are going to buy Devere games. No one's just going to boycott Devere forever. They realized they screwed up. They went through the whole process. They were probably so excited about the game because it's a cool concept. But anyway. So yeah, I'll play it when it comes back out. I'm looking forward to it. I like the idea of the solo game. That's easy to play. So if it's like kind of like Blastro or those kind of things, I'm looking forward to it. Talk about a game on BGA. I play Res Arcana on BGA a ton, and I'm horrible at it. And I gotta play this in person because I have to be missing something. I'm like we played a game and like Dan is at like 14 points.
I was in that,
and I think Nick is at like 12, and I'm at 6. And
I was I was in that game. I was second at like 12, but yeah, Dan got like 14. I got like 12. Yeah, but or y'all may have played a separate one, but yeah.
But I'm like I don't get like. I'm just starting to ramp up my engine to get gold, to buy the coins. I'm like, there has to be something I'm missing in this game that I'm not catching online or that I'm not following online because like every game I get to like 6, 7, 8 points and then like the winner's at 14 already. And it's like, that's a big gap in that game. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? So it's like, it's interesting that like I like the game. I played it once in person a couple of years ago, your turn, and I must be like it.
Carlos
I feel
owns
like
it. Yeah, we can play it.
There's got to be some game. There's like, do you guys have a game online on BGA that you get your butt kicked every time? You're like, I have to be missing something. Like, what am I missing in this game where I'm so far behind
every one of them?
Yeah,
all of them.
Yeah. Res Arcana is that for me, man. I don't get it. Like, yeah, I think I like the game, but I just can't figure out what I'm missing and why.
Maybe you need to take the copy that I got and kind of go through the cards. You can kind of see where the combos are, like what cards work well together. How do I draft them together? Who are the other wizards? What do they call them? Artificers? I don't even know anymore. And kind of see the connections. Like, I can't do that in BGA. On the tabletop, I can lay everything out and kind of start to see the connections of how like things should be working.
So James is saying what I'm saying is how he feels about Arnak. Yeah, I mean, like if I don't know. Yeah,
that's funny. That's
Arnak,
he mentions Arnak. Yeah,
I like it. But and then Rob and I are in a game of Toy Battle right now online, and I've been playing Memoir 44 with Dan a bunch. The Star Wars Battle of Hoth got notified today that apparently was it Asmodee or no, whatever company is doing it.
Just doing that, yeah.
Hold on, it's
Carlos had
it is Days of Wonder, but it's all Asmodee.
It's all
everything's Asmodee. You just say Asmodee.
I got an email they notified that like basically they didn't mail it out on time, so like all the game stores are getting it later than expected.
I got a message from Michael from Fortino, Michael Fortino from Armada, letting me know that, hey, and I'm like, bro, I didn't even know it was coming out already. Like I was expecting this like after Essen or something.
It was supposed to be here this week, and he's like, yeah, it's
really,
yeah. So,
dude, that's great.
I'm looking forward to that. I was kind of hoping my brother's in town next week, so I'm hoping it's there because I think him and I would play because we played Axis and Allies D-Day a couple of times where it's the 2-player. That's another one I still need to let you borrow, Carlos, and play Axis and Allies D-Day. I think you.
Oh, not a borrow. I need someone to teach.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, absolutely. So, and then that's it's really playing just some Can't Stop and some card games with the kids and so that. The start of the school year is always a dry spell for me as far as actual gaming. Actually played I've been playing Balatro, and then it goes into other geeky goodness, but I've been watching the Twisted Metal series on Peacock, which is kind of like a based on the video games. So I've been playing the old school Twisted Metal video game, Twisted Metals 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation Plus. So
wow.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
My digital gaming has consisted of code names. So while working the giant Lost Ruins Arnak Adventure Chest, trademarked, they had the ad in there for the Codenames app. And I remember hearing an episode not too long ago from the Secret Cabal. Yeah, Jamie, from the Secret Cabal talked about how good it is. So I thought I'd give it a quick download this week, and it's good. It is really good. It's got
free, right? It's like almost completely free.
$5, $4.99. You can set up games on the internet against or with other players, like team versus team, where you can end up being either the clue giver, so the spy master, or the one that's trying to find the clues on the board. So you can set up as many of those as you want, right? Because those are real-time games, or those are async games that are out there. And you don't know who you're playing with until the game is over. So it's not like you can tell who your teammate is or who your opponents are. Once the game is over, then it lets you see the handle of the person you're with. And of course, you can do that with friends or pass and play on one device. But what's really cool is these daily challenges that they're doing on the Codenames app. So you go to the daily challenge, and like every, I think it's either hour or a half hour, they're uploading new daily challenges where you're doing just random find the clue. It'll give you a clue and a number, and then you just try to figure it out. And you do that for a series of like 7 to 8 different times per case, and then you get some points in your experience. Because, of course, every game has like a tracking of points and how you're doing, just to get you to want to come back, right? That gamification feeling. Right. But for me, it's just that little bit of just that little puzzly bit that I can hit. Every hour I can hit like a little puzzly feeling without having to play with another player or set up a real game. So Codenames app, really good. BGA, Rob's got me playing Welcome to.
Oh yeah,
with his family,
yeah, my
effectively.
kids and a couple other people. Yep. Mhm.
Which reminded me of how much I liked Welcome to. So I invited my wife to a game of Welcome to. So her and I are playing back on BGA. And then she had said that's funny because when she was deciding which game to put on the table for that night, I told you I found Castles of Burgundy on my table. She was going between Welcome to and Castles of Burgundy on which one she wanted to play.
Nice.
So again, Rob's setting up some stellar games, knowing what the hotness is, and Welcome to is that.
Sure. The hotness from 10 years ago, but yeah. Anyway.
But that gave me a chance to load up my BGA with games. I'm going to teach my wife toy battles on there so that she knows how to play that as well. And yeah, that's my online gaming. Rob, any BGA for you?
Mine's all BGA. I've been I hit my all-time high last week at 45 concurrent games. Yeah, I know. Yeah, you and Dan are laughing at me for having 100 going at a time, but yeah, 45. I don't know how y'all do it. 45 was stressing me out. Just trying to hit 45 games maybe twice a day was like I was having to take every break from work. I was going straight to the computer, playing, going back to work. Lunch breaks, we're sitting there in front of that computer, playing my turns.
I don't got time to eat.
I got to play my turns.
I'm down to 40 games right now, but I think my highest was like 125.
Wow, that's crazy.
I think like 8. I can't live that stressful
it's
life.
one turn a day, so sometimes you don't get to it.
Yeah, but I don't know, bro. In claims, like your day, you log in and your day is shot. Like you know that you'll be in this file for the rest of your day.
I generally
there's
take
no
turns,
lunch,
but
there's no break, and if you gotta use the bathroom, pray it's only 1, not 2, because you gotta get back.
Jeez, yeah. I get up in the morning, I have my coffee, and I log in. I start looking at my work email, and I'm doing my turns. Then I work for a while, and then like at lunchtime, I'll just kind of sit here and just do some turns while I'm eating or whatever.
Are you guys hiring?
Yeah,
I know 2 guys with
a couple guys who are looking for one of those jobs.
Man, no, we're getting the whole return to office order. So
that BGA is going to be left on the phone now.
Nah, you kidding me? Come on,
My man Wayne.
Don't play that stuff. I'll figure out how to do it. I got 3 screens.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Nah, it's ridiculous. Like the whole return to office thing is such BS because it's like people you're gonna be less like, oh, you got to be in an office because you got to be productive and you'll be more productive and you cooperate and you team build, and it's like, no, people will be less productive because like not board game related, but like I'm not driving an hour to my office and an hour
and
home
staying
every day.
2 hours late to finish stuff.
I'm working, I can do that at home without that 2 hours of time, and then I don't have you work in an office setting. There's always the 3 or 4 people that do nothing all day but walk around and talk to people and distract people. And no, people are less productive when they're in the office because I'm not going to work extra time. Like I know, like anyway, I don't want to get into it.
No, it's facts.
Killer, it's facts. Like I'm not gonna people aren't gonna do extra work. They're gonna get there at 8 a.m. and then leave at 5 p.m. They're not gonna check their email at night. They're not gonna do anything in the morning. They're gonna be, it's like, okay, good for you. And we're probably gonna lose.
It's just an overcorrection, man. It's a pendulum swing too far to one side.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, and then I think we have some staff that don't live in Florida that are like they'll have to you have to move back. Like either move back or leave. So it's like, okay, so you gotta work in. All goes back to
sorry for you, Wayne.
Yeah, it's all good. It's not gonna be 5 days a week. It's not gonna be 5 days a week. So, but we'll see we'll see how it shakes out. But it is
make it work. Yeah,
make it work. And the only good thing about that is my office is literally like a minute, 2 minutes from Emerald City Comics, which is a huge game store.
Yeah,
I've yet to go there. Barry really likes my buddy Barry. You know Barry.
Yeah.
Barry really enjoys going there.
Yeah.
I got a caller on the line. Beansanddice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Joey from Colorado.
Joey, I think this is call number. I'm trying to keep track. Is this call number 4 for the evening? But I think it's call number 4 for Joey. So it's like a combo.
Oh yeah, it might be.
Welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm a little under the weather, so I won't stay long. But I wanted to get credit for. I played the game that was on my table, Great Western Trail.
Nice.
I actually got through it twice. Just playing 2-handed solo. So, and I think I'll leave it out. I'll probably play it a couple more times before I put it away. but I wanted to get credit out there and inspire others to get their games played that they've had on the table.
Nice. Is this first plays or you've played before?
I played a few times before. I probably played, I don't know, 5 times total.
Okay.
But two of those at least were two-handed solos. So do I get credit for 2 games out of those?
Well, it's okay, because I was just going to ask you that too, right? Because I mentioned it early in the show, I like playing games two-handed solo also. So the first question is, do we credit it, right? Do you, because you do what you want to do, right? That's how we don't have any real rules here at the Beans and Dice podcast. We just got to do what we do. So do you credit it as a play? But Joey, you just took it to the next level.
2 plays.
Do I count it as 2 plays? Because now my Pixies plays would increase by 70% because I played two-handed so many times.
Yeah, I don't log my plays, but that would be interesting. But definitely sometimes I will, if I'm interested in a certain type of play, I will make sure that one of the hands plays a particular way, and then see if, that pans out one way versus the other.
Oh, that's interesting.
I can only say, making one definitely makes making one hand make 2 stops in Kansas City versus the other one will only make one, and see if one,
I know you're not feeling well, but I want to keep going on this topic a little bit. Are you okay to chat about this one?
Sure, go ahead.
All right, so yeah. I've tried that before, and I struggle with that. It's almost like playing Civilization, right? Where you try to decide what AI is aggressive versus passive in the settings, right?
Sure, yeah.
I've tried that before, but I struggle with kind of making that happen. One way that I do it is I play both hands, and then I pick the lowest score. Whichever of my hands of the 2 players had the lowest score, that's going to be my score for that play, and then I try to beat that score. So when I'm making decisions and I feel like I'm trying to either draft or select or play to places that benefit both players, because I want to do, I want a rising tide lift all boats kind of a model where I'm bringing everybody up to the highest scores possible. Have you? What other ways have you tried to play two-handed?
Well, I don't know that I've necessarily that I can think of an example more of it right now, but I will say it's an interesting psychological type of thing, because then if okay, are you mean to yourself? Do you play one, and then if they happen to get an advantage, do you just pummel the other hand into the ground, or do you sort of like, oh, I would have made this play, or this person didn't know that I had this in my hand, so it opened the door again for the scores to level out again? And I can't tell if I ever do it consciously or unconsciously, so it's an interesting thing, and I don't know that I pay close enough attention to it. But definitely the great thing about two-handed solo is it answers almost every question that you would get from a real game, before you bring it into a group session.
Yes. And that's why I really
you
enjoy
end up
it.
looking up so many rules. Yeah. Oh, I do too.
Got a lot of games.
And again, you get, maybe even if you don't get credit, it feels like you really, really played the game twice.
Yeah, so to learn a game, I think that's effective.
Yeah.
As far as, though, actually trying to count that as a play for me, I don't know that I ever would, just because, again, that whole psychological thing, it's like I run into that conundrum if I guess the few times I've ever tried to do it with anything is like, I don't know, what should I do? I mean, I know my other hand has that card. Do I take advantage of that, or do I? Yeah, I mean, so I would spend half an hour fretting over that decision, and I'd never get to the end of the game, so yeah.
And I've struggled with that same, and that's why I've resolved myself to most of the time I'm playing what's going to do the best for both of us. So I'm not trying to hurt him. I'm trying to score. And then when I play the other hand, I'm not trying to hurt that other hand. I'm trying to score, and then I use the lowest score that I got as my score for that play.
Is that how you would really play?
And that's how I registered in my app, in my BG stats. I will score both players in BG stats, and then whoever had the highest score, so I got left and right, whoever had the highest score, I delete that player's score. So now it's a one player played game, and it has a score, and now I have something to compare to for next time. I mean, I'm just weird. But I don't play solo games at all, ever.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say it's sometimes, particularly with a hand management game. I can't think of an example right now, but I'll try to play randomly where I'll just use a trick-taking game as an example, but I don't actually have this as an example, where I will just pull a card from their hand and play it as if it were the lead trick, suit and card. And then I'll play off of that. And if I beat it, or if I wanted to beat it, okay, then I lay out and then I see what they have. But I can't think of an example exactly for that right now. It doesn't always follow suit. Sorry, that's a bad.
See what you.
No, it's not a bad example.
I'm not talking about actually following
suit. Yeah, pun there. Yeah.
Yeah, you want it to still follow the rules of the game. So I'm just trying to say that I will try to hide the hand of my opponent, even if it's myself, to produce a random player effect. I don't know how to say that better.
And I think the Lord of the Rings trick. I'm sorry, it's a long one. Give me a second here. Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring, the trick-taking game.
Is that it?
That's the one.
Okay.
It does a good job of that, hiding the other player's hand, especially in like a two-player version of it. They use a pyramid, an upside-down pyramid. Some of the cards are face down, some are face up, so you have some knowledge of what's in its hand, but not perfect knowledge. And then the other way that it does it in a solo game, you're playing with just a part of the deck by yourself and cards laid out in a grid. So check that one out. If you haven't checked that one out and you like trick takers, the rules in there
super
are great.
interested in it. I just haven't picked it up yet.
I wholly recommend it.
It's fun.
It's in my EDC.
That's
I
good.
have an everyday carry for my games.
Oh, no.
And it's in there.
We talked about previously for Northwood. Has anybody, I forget who had played it, if any of you guys had played it.
I don't think any of us have played it.
Yeah.
I just know I want it.
Yeah.
But I've not bought it yet.
Definitely.
I think I looked it up and I still can't find it.
It's in my bag that I take to work. Oh, is it still unavailable?
Yeah, I still think I couldn't find it because when you mentioned it, I tried to, of course, buy it. Somebody's got it for $30 on Geek Marketplace. I just feel like $30 is a lot for that small game.
I guess still not bad, but it shouldn't be that. And it's such a small game; it should be an easily, I say easy to produce game. Ship, but also just to produce. I mean, it's really a deck of cards. Maybe a 60 card or a 70 card deck of cards, but anyways, but I did want to put a topic out there. Is there any games that you've played where you beat them, and then let's say you were interested in them at first, but then you played them, beat them, and were immediately almost not interested in playing them again? And I'll use Ghost Stories as my example, where I beat it playing it, and I only played it solo, but after I did, I was like, and it's a pretty sought after game, but I was like, I'm not too interested in playing this one anymore. And I think that happened with Legendary Aliens as well for me. But
I got two examples of that recently, at least within the last year, and they're going to be Takedo. So I did a lot of solo Takedo, and I'm like, yep, no, I'm good. and which stunk because I got it with the metal coins and like it's a beautiful game. It's just
Told you.
This is I was like told you.
Told you. Anyway.
And then the other one for me is Star Wars Pandemic. Wait, no, Star Wars a pandemic game. I don't know how it's
whatever
goes.
however it's titled.
Either way, played it once, we beat it, and it was like there just seems to be a lot like a little bit of fiddliness here. I'd rather play Pandemic Fall Rome. Like I think that was to me like the best war game style pandemic system game. So like a combat heavy pandemic system game is Pandemic Fall Rome. Those are my examples.
A game that I played, beat, and not want to play again.
I know there's some out there. I just can't think of them off the top of my head, but
We got a comment in there. Well, he's thinking you've looked better in the comment says, and I think that's a Mario background for the handle. That says for Northwood was way better than I thought it would be. And then it says the publisher is taking pre-orders again. Hey, that's great news.
All right, sweet.
Oh,
I
there
gotta
you
find
go.
that link.
I was more thinking like, especially when you hear someone like be like, "Ooh, yeah, that is a good one." I was just gonna say something like, "Dude, that $30 is getting more manageable."
It's sad because like the scale has shifted. Like post COVID, $30 has become kind of the impulse buy now, versus what used to be like $20 would have been the impulse buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go. I appreciate you taking my call.
Thanks,
Yeah, thanks for
Joey.
calling.
Feel better.
I'll listen offline.
Oh, $16
Yep,
pre-order.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Done.
Touching. Good night.
Good night, Joey.
I think the I didn't complete like Jaws of the Lion would be the only one that jumps to my head is a game we didn't beat.
I was just looking at that too. Yeah.
We got about 3/4 of the way through it, or maybe 3/4 of the way through it, and we just lost interest. Like it just wasn't capturing our attention. So it wasn't that we beat the game. I think it was just we played the game enough where it's like this is good. I can see why it's good, but I think we're done with it. So I can't think of any others like that.
Yeah, that's tough. See, I would say that about like Gloomhaven. I mean, that's a pretty severe example, but I don't know. Even if I were to think that, though, I've told people, hey, if you're starting up another campaign, let me know. I don't know that I would jump in, but I would think about it. So, but I know there's games out there that I've definitely beat in the past and lost interest in them. I just can't. Looking around at Carlos's shelves here, trying to see. But,
See, y'all give me so much flack about how many games I have on the shelf. It is nice to kind of look around and just kind of remind yourself.
Except for in this instance, I'm not finding any. But
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, like, it's not so much beat. I mean, there's games that I play, and I don't like, and I never want to play again. So it's like it's not so much beat. Like I Cosmic Encounters one that I have won that game a number of times. I've played it probably 10 times in my life. And I've won a few times and lost a few times, and it's just not a game that I have any desire to play ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I could say that about several games, but yeah, I'm just trying to look at it. A game that you beat, I guess you would have to be either like a solo game where you're playing against an AI,
or
some kind of campaign or something like that. I think of like Xeno Shift. I mean, I've only played that a couple times, but we won it once, and I don't know that I've gone back to it. So it's like, oh, all right, well, it was really hard, and we finally beat it, and now I don't know that I'll ever go back. So, yeah, something like that maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, this kind of takes us to the news section of the show. I know we haven't done news in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm sure Wayne's got some in there, but we were talking BGA, so I wanted to keep that one a little bit BGA focused. And I had some notes here. Let me grab them from my phone real quick because I wrote them down as soon as I heard it. There was an episode of the Board Game Insiders podcast. First off, Ignacy Trevicek loves Blood Bowl. Didn't know that.
Really?
Yeah.
He
I saw that. I heard that. I was thinking of you.
plays in leagues and has like almost as many teams as I do.
Really? Okay.
So, hey, listen, that's not the first designer who has espoused their love of Blood Bowl.
I think they record those and put them on YouTube, so you could probably and like during the podcast he talked about showing them. So
I need to go back and look at that episode.
Look and see if they have it. See if we can see his collection. So
David Thompson of Undaunted fame. He also talked about how Blood Bowl was one of the first games he really got into. So, hey, I know y'all like to talk about the randomness of the dice and all that, but Blood Bowl has a great place in many designers' hearts. So that was in the news for me. But also in that same episode, they talked. Ignacy talked about Imperial Settlers coming to BGA. So the beta is there now.
I'm playing a game of it right now.
Are you?
Yes, with the kids. Yep.
I'm gonna want to get into one of those. So if you set up a 4-player game, keep me in mind.
Okay.
All right.
Great game.
We need to play it online live.
Yeah.
So I can teach.
I love Imperial Settlers.
Have you played, Wayne?
First State.
No,
Oh, okay, we've got
that's
it.
good.
We've got to teach it to you. 51st State is his first design of that style, and I've had both. I've had the original one, and I've had the new master copy, the master set. I have that one now. Awesome game, but Imperial Settlers plays off of that same system, and it is, he learned a lot. He improved a lot. It is now like even better than like 51st State, I think.
Yeah, I like them both. Yeah, but
and then if you want something lighter, then you go with the Imperial Settlers of the North.
Yeah, Settlers of the North. Yeah,
Settlers of the North. So it's a great series of games.
Empires of the North. Yep.
Also in the news, things that I saw that I want to bring up, some articles. Army Painter reveals their speed paint markers. Markers, Wayne.
Yeah,
Army Painter.
Yeah.
I don't know if you didn't play minis games at all, but like back in the early aughts, it may have been, Army Painter was out there selling their speed paint system, which was effectively a can of stain, a can of just like wood stain, right? That they put their label on, and you would paint your minis like one color, one basic color, like the pants were blue, the shirt was green, right? The mini was human flesh tone, right? You wouldn't do any shading, any highlighting, nothing. And then you would take that mini and you dip it in that effectively like min wax, staining and shellac, and then shake it off. And when you did that, it created this gradation of color. That was their speed system.
Stay in the crevices, and some would,
Yeah, but it was so you could never get it off again. Like you need like floor
one and done.
Paint thinner and all that to be able to get it done. You'll never get it off again, and it made the mini heavy. It was very messy. And then they moved into that speed paint system where it's like contrast. Now it's markers. I can just paint by colors or paint by numbers, right?
Yeah.
Using markers.
Tell you what, like when I've gotten into painting things and stuff now, but when I first got the 3D printer and like the Arnak upgrade that I did with the coins and the compasses, I actually bought acrylic pens that basically I painted acrylic. It's acrylic paint in pen, and you just do it. So like it'd probably be pretty hard for fine work, but like for like big pieces or like like scenery or like the coins, it was very easy to just use the marker over the plastic, which is easy. And now I'm into actually painting miniature figs and stuff, which is fun. It's easier than I thought it would be. Like I'm not good at it. Like I don't think mine are good, but they're passable. But it's easier than it's not that hard.
But we're doing board games too. We're not like competing in minis contests or anything. We're just playing board games.
Yeah, making them table ready. Yeah.
So for you folks at home, if you want to paint your Alice in Wonderland minis, I can't remember the name of the game.
Dan did such a good job on Booty's set. That thing's gorgeous.
Right, you can get markers now. So not much skill needed.
Dan did a great job on Booty's set. There's a sound clip for you.
That doesn't sound very good. Yeah, I know.
Kristen.
But,
Kristen,
I'd like
yes.
To try that. Yeah, Kristen. Thank you. I forgot the first. I know people by their username, not necessarily their first.
Yep.
But pen sounds cool. I like to give it that a shot.
Cool. I'm gonna get into that.
I want to know how fine point they are. Like, can you really get in there? And
I'm gonna ask Michael Fortino if he's getting any in Armada, and then maybe pick up some of like the basic colors that I can use for board games. In the news, continuing in the news, one of the best tabletop games I played this year. This is an article in Gamer Games Radar. Is already getting a sequel, and I can't wait to show how it shakes up the gameplay. And that is the Lord of the Rings trick-taking game is getting a Two Towers, a standalone game. So another like 16 chapters of play, but this time it's the two towers. And what's cool, Rob, is it adds a white tower and the dark tower, right? So you get the two towers, and they act as trumps in the game, in addition to the ring being a trump suit. So the rings are a trump suit, but also these towers are a trump suit, except for if both towers get played in the same trick, they cancel each other out.
Nice.
So there's like this little deeper mechanism in there. I'm super excited about this one. Have y'all heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about
Thoughts?
it. I still need to play the trick taking game, the Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring trick taker. So
Yeah, me too. I've heard about it. I've just played the one time with you, so
And if we get Wayne here, we can now play 3-player.
that'd be nice.
I've only played 1 and 2. I haven't played
Haven't
multiplayer
played
yet.
Yeah.
and spoiler alert, next year there'll be a Lord of the Rings Return of the King trick taking game. Just
Oh yeah.
How do you know this? Do you have an insider?
yeah, sure.
Continuing on upcoming game expansions, Wargamer.com has an article titled Table Eating Board Game Twilight Imperium Gets a Massive New Expansion.
Yeah. Just keeps getting bigger.
And Michael Fortino put me on this one from Armada Games. Good buddy. I think he's got something in for this, letting me know about all these new games.
You think?
But it adds an NPC faction. So it adds like a NPC ships that seed the board that can impact people. So you can, if you're a player like me who likes to be left alone and not really fight other people, NPCs will kind of come at you. So it's like having barbarians in a civilization building game.
So if you don't got enough other people screwing with you, now you got NPCs screwing with you. So
Isn't that great, Rob?
yeah, it's great.
15 hours. And then finally, the last bit of news I wanted to get in on was Gen Con 2025 capstones and Sanctuary news by Opinionated Gamers. That was that new Sanctuary game by is it like an Arc Nova game?
Arc Nova Light.
Yeah, I was super excited about it, but then Dice Tower did a review about it, and it was very middling review, wasn't it?
No, nobody loved it. I don't think. I think Tom might have had the highest review, and he liked it, but he didn't rave about it. So I think he gave it like an 8, and he gave Arc Nova a 10. So definitely a step down. It sounds like all the way around. And I know a couple of them didn't really like it at all. So yeah,
That bites.
yeah.
In the news, Rob posted some news here. Rob, you posted a link to Lord of the Rings Duel for Middle-earth
Yeah.
Allies expansion.
Yeah, that's so I haven't played a whole lot of it. I've just played actually I think just the one time here when I played against Dan at your place, and so I'm interested in playing more, and I'm interested in seeing what all this will add to it. But any expansion. I mean, Seven Wonders Duel, the 2-player game had, I think, eventually 3 expansions, if not 4. I know it was at least 3. I think it was 3. But so this is probably set up for a couple of expansions as well.
Well,
So,
this is, if you notice, this one's very small box.
Yeah, it looks like
it's
it,
not even
yeah.
a box. It's like a booster pack
yeah.
for like Magic the Gathering.
yeah, nice. So so we'll see what's in there. Yeah, it looks like just maybe a handful of cards, a couple of extra chits to track something. So I don't know any of the details. I just posted it up there. I don't know the game well enough to know you may be able to, Carlos, make something out of this iconography because you've played a few times. But I don't. It almost looks like a promo pack or something. Just a little bit of something to add into the game. So I'm assuming you just shuffle these cards in. They got a couple little chits there that again
Remember, they added the cards, not guild cards, but in the second expansion, they added cards into the game that took the place of the standard cards. That's what it looks like they're doing here.
Okay, yeah.
So it's going to add cards to get in here, but I can't figure out rhyme or reason what these cards do.
Okay.
So they have like different actions on here, like a yes or a no. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this applies.
Yeah. Yeah, so just some little something to spice up the game for those who have played it a bunch of times. So, but yeah, like I say, I'm wanting to play this game a little more just because I am a big fan of Seven Wonders Duel, and so I want to play more of this to see how it ranks up.
Wayne, any news articles that were standing out for you?
Got a couple here. Let me share. I'll pop my screen up here. Share entire screen. There we go. So CMON in the news some more. We got their chief financial officer and company secretary resigns due to continued financial troubles.
Yeah, not looking good.
Not looking good. And then the other one is that their losses could reach $8 million for the first half of 2025. So when you look at their profit and loss since 2015, like 1.8, so 2.8, 5.6, or 8. They've only made like 10 million in profit since 2014 or 2015, but then they've lost 5, 8, almost 9 million, and then this year up to 8 million. So they'll lose, if you look at that, they're going to lose 8 million more than their total profit in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
so that's rough.
Can't be good. No, no matter how you add that up, it doesn't look good. So
This don't look good for CMON. So, but apparently, they did sell a bunch of their products and like lines off. So I think what's be interesting is and this came up with in Board Games Insider, because they talked about this I think a hot second too, is this $6 to $8 million loss. Is that inclusive of the profit made for selling Blood Rage, Ankh, and they sold the zombie game, and they sold all these games. The Zombie Side, yeah. So like if they're losing 6 to 8 million even after they sold these, then they're done. But it could be that the sale of these games may not be reflected until the second half of 2025. Or
that would be my guess. Kind of what I generally have heard is that it doesn't include all those sell-offs. So
which would be good. So I mean, they could turn around and show a profit of a couple million, in the fourth quarter of 2025. So we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on that. The Diamond Comics, still like Diamond Distributors, still making the news like every other week here. We've got Raymond James, which is a Tampa-based company, sent them a bill for $3.3 million in fees and fines and interest and everything. So, we know that. So that's $3.5 million. That's nothing compared to the $40 million that was it Raymond J.P. Morgan Chase that they owe. But the one that really is the kind of irks me is Sparkle Pop bought a bunch of it, and apparently a bunch of game companies, RPG companies, comics, and other had consignment. They had inventory that was being housed by Diamond Distributors, and then Diamond would sell it as needed to game stores and other such, and then whatever they sold it for, they would take a cut and then submit back to the original company. And the one that's out there, I think Green Ronin Press or the Pathfinder, who does Pathfinder, I forget who does Paizo had all of their inventory there, right? And so what Sparkle Pop is doing is they're liquidating that product, and then they're just keeping the money. They're not actually like paying people, and they're saying that like through some really shady law loophole, they're like, well, you had it in our warehouse as consignment and it went bankrupt, so we can just sell it and to pay back their creditors. And so all these companies that had CMON has a lot of projects without updates, but they're supposedly, that's why they're moving forward with a couple that are coming out in the next couple months. But I just think this is really shady. It's like, is it legally right? I guess it's going to be settled in the law in the courts because all the lawyers will get involved. And it's been a great year to be a lawyer in this country. But I think that's a little shady, right? They're like selling your product, and like Paizo is basically saying we're done because we don't have any product. There's like no, like they're not. They don't have the money from the product that was in the warehouse to then pay for reprints. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here with the court if they stop them from liquidating product and using it to pay creditors as opposed to paying the companies that produce the product. So it's a mess, man. The whole Diamond distributor thing. So
speaking on that big level of gaming, that larger level, Board Game Insider podcast today talked about it. That Embracer Group put out their numbers for how they're doing, and they are not doing very well, which was subsequent to them spinning Asmodee off onto the, on their own. So Asmodee in this last year, Embracer Group took Asmodee, right? Well, I think like last year or more, a couple years ago, they may have bought it, then they loaded it with debt, and then they spun it off on its own, right?
Yeah.
But even after doing all that, cutting out the board games, the Embracer Group company, which is mostly video games and such, is not doing as well as Asmodee is doing.
Yeah.
So loading Asmodee with all that debt and then kicking them out, Asmodee is still doing better.
Yep. it's video games are tough right now, man, because like it takes so long to code and build one of them AAA titles, and if you don't hit, and it's not just, it's so hard now. Like it's getting to the point where I think you're going to see a lot of. It's very hard for indie companies to succeed in the video game space. So we'll see, but. Yeah, and it's only going to get worse. I was reading some stuff today about all how many countries have stopped shipping to the United States right now. Like Japan just stopped shipping a lot of stuff. So if you like a lot of the games from Japan and you order them and have them shipped over, that ain't happening. So it's interesting. So we shall see. Oh, there we go.
It's that time. Time for the OGG, that other geeky goodness.
Other geeky goodness.
This is where we get to talking about other things that we enjoy outside of the board gaming hobby of all varieties. We're geeks. I'm a geek.
A little bit.
And all kinds of stuff. Wayne, got any updates on other geeky goodness?
Yeah, so I watched my kid watched Happy Gilmore and the new Happy Gilmore like a week ago, and he's I told him I watched the movie, so I watched the new Happy Gilmore movie. It was okay.
Yeah.
It was an homage to the original. There was a lot of flashbacks, and like all the characters from the original have some kind of thing to do in the new one. And then obviously some of the characters had passed on, so like Carl Weathers isn't there, so it's like Carl Weathers' kid, and it was entertaining. It definitely tried to capture the silliness of the first one. Didn't quite hit it out of the park like the first one, but it was worth the watch on Netflix, I guess. If you liked Happy Gilmore, you'll probably enjoy this one. It was okay. I loved Happy Gilmore, the original movie. I thought it was hilarious. So this was okay. And then Twisted Metal. I've been watching Twisted Metal. If you ever watched Z Nation, which was kind of like another like zombie show where it kind of campy, over the top, just kind of silliness. You have to kind of just suspend disbelief because whatever. But this is good. It's Anthony Mackie, who is with the Falcon in the Marvel Universe, plays the main character. And it's just funny, like the Sweet Tooth character, which is the clown with the head. It's hilarious. You run into him a bunch in the show, and like the first season he's kind of like Mad Max. He's traveling the roads. Second season is when they're all the usual suspects are coming together for the tournament Twisted Metal. So it's fun. It's not world beating, but it's entertaining at least. And then I finished the Gilded Age on HBO, which is a kind of a American version of Downton Abbey. Is the best way to describe it. It's fun, very entertaining, very well done. I like how they work in some historical figures and characters into the show, and then they base some of the other characters on historical people. So it's kind of cool. So that's it for me. I Oh, yeah.
Like,
a lot.
my PlayStation disc was like scratched and everything because I played it so much.
Yeah.
But it was so campy.
It is very, very campy. Yeah, it's something I watched like while like last hour of work where I'm just kind of shutting.
Even Sweet Tooth, like really,
he's awesome though.
And I think the actress from Brooklyn Nine-Nine,
yes,
she's in it.
The stoic one that was very mean. I forget her name. But,
yes. I know
she's hilarious.
Yeah.
She's hilarious. Yeah.
So that's all those reasons I was like looking forward to watching it. I need to get back into it and try it again. But I did.
It's just camp. You just got to realize it's going to be cheesy.
I mean, and then you see like, okay, I'm going to spoil it, but hey, statutes of limitations have passed. There's like a scene where he like crashes through a mall and like a copy of Twisted Metal, the video game, like lands on the window of the car. So it's like they know what they're doing. They're having fun.
Right. Yeah.
They're having fun.
They're having fun. Yeah.
And I'm okay with like campy, and they know they're doing it, like that Deadpool style, like over the top.
Yeah.
We know what we're doing here. Versus it's accidentally like they take themselves serious, and it comes across
over the top from the start. And the first season's okay. Second season, you meet Axel. The guy that's like he got his arms in the 2 giant tires. And
yes.
Grimm shows up, and like all of the main drivers start.
Does he actually drive like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
Let's see. You've looked better, says Stephanie
Stephanie
Beatriz. That's the
yeah,
actress.
she's good.
Yep.
Yeah, she's funny. Yeah, she's good in it.
I did complete something. I don't usually complete stuff.
What'd you watch?
The last season of King of the Hill. So that just released this past month. I think it was King of the Hill season
That's the one
14.
where it's like 20 years later or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Bobby goes from 13 to 21, I think it is.
Oh yeah.
And he's now a restaurant owner or partner into a restaurant of German Asian fusion.
Okay.
I don't understand. But of course, Hank loses his mind because he's using, a traditional Japanese charcoal to do his grilling.
Not natural gas.
Not propane.
Yeah. Well,
It's great because Hank apparently when he left to Saudi Arabia to go work for a Saudi Arabian propane and propane accessories.
propane accessories. Can't forget the accessories.
Can't forget the accessories. He now comes back to Arlen, right? He rented out the house the entire time. He comes home, but everything's different now. Like, he's like, what are these pokey places? What does that even mean? Like, so it's a lot of hipsters. Like, he's having to deal with the change in the culture in his town. It's just great.
Was it worth a watch? Yeah.
It is worth a watch. It is, the last episode was good. I was hoping for, like, it didn't let me down. It just wasn't like the strong finish I had hoped for, but I'm hoping they do more. You feel good. Like, you're reconnecting with a show that we enjoy. We still watch King of the Hill. Even before they announced this, we would watch it at the dinner table. If we're all bored or something, I just throw on an episode of King of the Hill because we can just enjoy it.
Yeah, that's the show that I never watched. I never got into King of the Hill.
Yeah, I think I watched all the episodes once. I never got back and tried to rewatch it, and I haven't
We
watched
have
the
been.
new one yet.
Well, because it's fun watching it again with my kids now. Now that they're a little bit older, they get to see it for the first time, so they're cutting the Bobby jokes. And,
Damn it,
what
Bobby."
are you talking about?
Yeah.
I did watch Superman. So,
I saw that.
I know
yeah.
you guys gave it great reviews.
Yeah, it was good.
And then Michael came in last week and joined the show.
Yep.
And he talked about it again and gave it great reviews. It was on streaming.
Yep.
It cost me like $30.
No.
But the boys hadn't seen it, so we all got a chance to watch it. I am watching it again.
It's good.
It's good.
I'm not a comic book movie guy. I'm, I've enjoyed some of the Marvel stuff, but I have, outside of Batman, have never enjoyed anything DC on TV. Yeah. No,
The original,
that's right.
The cartoons, Batman cartoons, Superman.
When I was a kid, the Batman animated series,
Never, man.
Heath Ledger's as
Joker.
Joker. Of course, we watched Batman as kids and stuff,
The
but as an
Justice League
adult,
cartoon was really good too. Yeah.
there wasn't a single Superman that has come out that my kids have watched with me, because they'll watch it with me in the living room and stuff, that I have walked away like, oh, Superman's cool. This movie did it for me. This movie got me invested into the Superman character. Michael was right. There was so much to watch. The dog was hilarious. The ending wrapped it up with the dog. Now it makes sense. It's, I'm not going to spoil it because it's still out there.
Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner's amazing.
My father-in-law watched it with us because wife and grandma went to go take the kids to do stuff. So he came over and hung out. So me and my son and GP, grew up watching the Supermans, like the 79 and all that. And he remembered all the Gene Hackman stuff. So for him, he really enjoyed it. I wasn't expecting him to enjoy it. He watches The Rookie, so he recognized Nathan Fillion. He laughed.
Oh, yeah.
So all I got to say is I'm not going to spoil the movie and everything in it. Probably the top DC movie I've seen. Probably outside of when I was a kid watching Batman, ever.
Yeah,
The modern DC stuff.
there.
This is great.
It's top 2 or 3. I think the first Wonder Woman was pretty good. This one, really good.
Yeah.
I'm really
Biggest
looking
thing for me is the Superman ones that we watched not too long ago, and I can't remember all of them. There was a few of them, and some were black and white, and some were in color.
You had Brendan Ralph that did a few, and then you had what's his name? Witcher, the guy who played the Witcher.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe anyway.
That guy.
That guy. I'll
He's into
let
Warhammer and computer games.
yes, I'll let you look better. Cavill, there it is,
Cavill,
Henry
yeah.
Cavill.
Yeah.
But any of those left me like with a bad taste. This one I think really hit home because the amount of effort that Superman put into preventing collateral damage.
Yeah.
Like you don't see that in comic book movies. Heroes come in, you're watching Avengers and like whole buildings are going down and I'm like, that's a lot of people.
That was the
right?
problem
Like-
with the Henry Cavill ones, is because it was all Zack Snyder and it was kind of murderverse, where it was like that's what people jokingly call it that, because it's like Superman's destroying the city and it doesn't care about anybody. You know, I really like that. Yeah.
This
It one of the
version
favorites.
was like, okay, I got to save everybody.
Yeah.
Like I need to find a way to save everybody.
And you feel like I said, it doesn't ease you in. I mean, this movie was going right from the beginning, and so it was like,
Dude, even the opening scene, right, opens up on the snowy field, right? I'm not giving up too much, but it starts with words, like it starts with like sentences. Even those go so fast that you have to like rewind to be able to read it. So
gives you
like,
background.
Rob's not kidding.
Yeah.
He's giving you a whole new universe, and basically, you know, all the DC movies beforehand don't exist except for Suicide Squad. The second one exists, and then Peacemaker, the TV series, exists, and then there's a cartoon called Creature Commandos, which is kind of Suicide Squad with like monsters, exists, and then that's it, right? That now you get the whole new DCU, not DCEU. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the Lanterns series that's coming out. So you have Nathan Fillion.
Seriously, with that being a part of this film, like I'm not familiar with the Lantern. I had to have my son catch me up on this stuff.
Oh, the Green Lanterns are cool, man.
It was great. I think the biggest part of this movie was the way they set the scenes for things, right? Like it felt like Michael was right. Like everything was like straight out of a comic book. Like you're not just looking at the foreground of what's going on in front of you. You're looking at all four corners of the screen, trying to get it all in. There's a scene where like Superman and Lois Lane are talking like real deep conversation, right? And then like in the background, there's stuff going on the whole time. And you're just like, I can't believe that's going on behind them. Like, I'm not going to spoil it. You know, my sons and I, we keep looking at each other like, what is going on here? And they're having this like conversation, and they just did a great job. Great film, Superman.
Yeah, I thought Mr. Terrific was really good. So yeah, I'm excited for it.
That's good.
I had no idea who that person was. It was great.
Extended universe, yeah. If you watch the Justice League cartoon, he's in there at some point. So, and now you got to get Fantastic Four too, because that's another good one. Fantastic Four is really good.
I gotta see that one.
That one's on the list. But a lot of movies dropped on streaming now. The Superman dropped. The Mission Impossible one dropped. I watched Thunderbolts. I didn't even tell you all that.
Thunderbolts is good.
We bought Thunderbolts. Holy moly, that was fun.
That was fun.
My son was explaining to me the whole time who each person was and where they come from, and like he had to like, okay, I was like, oh, so she's related to the Black Widow? Yeah, kind of.
Her sister and
But it was the guy from Stranger Things, Coop. He did great.
Sheriff,
He did amazing. Like
what's his character?
the Russian star or something.
Yeah.
And it was a great storyline. And the chick from Seinfeld.
Yes,
Elaine.
That was me trying to dance for y'all listening in podcast form.
What do they call that?
Elaine's dance.
Yeah, there was a name for it, but like the retching or something. It wasn't that.
That's funny. My wife walks out and sees her on the screen, and she goes, "Oh, it's," and then she starts doing the dance.
Yep, that's it.
It was that.
Julia Dreyfus.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Great movie, and the bad guy. Loved it.
Yeah,
I loved the bad guy in it. Like it was such a deep character.
Yes, and the fact that it was like it wasn't a traditional way of defeating a bad guy, right? It was dealing with some of the the mental stuff, and the mental illness of it. It was just kind of cool.
Yeah, it was a big theme of the movie. Yeah,
but it also wasn't like oh, the world's gonna end type of aliens invaded, or it wasn't like that kind of stuff. It was like I think the way the bad guy worked, like his mechanisms for defeating stuff was like, whoa. So, it was dark. So I don't want to spoil it, but Thunderbolts. Who was it? Was it Ron Fraser that called in and talked about it and said how good it was?
Yeah,
Might have
I
been a while
enjoyed it.
back.
I thought it was underrated. It was an underrated movie. It didn't do so well in the theaters, but I think I think it's going to have a long
Yeah.
tail.
Slow
because I think
burn,
as people
yeah.
watch it, people will appreciate it. So
Yes.
Yep, I think so.
I think that's everything I watched.
The only thing I can think of for me was I got sucked into it. I haven't finished it yet. I've only watched half of it. But have y'all seen the K-pop Demon Hunter yet? I mean, that's the
list.
huge thing right now.
they've announced it number 2.
Have they already? Yeah,
Yeah, they've
it's
announced number 2.
it's like number 1 on all the charts. It's like it's blowing everything away. So Nick just took his whole family to see the sing along. I guess the theaters now are doing sing alongs where you go and
some
actually.
of the songs are getting played on the radio and stuff.
Oh yeah, well the ones
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, K-pop Demon Hunters. Oh, it's
Demon
huge.
Hunters, yeah. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's a K-pop band that hunts demons. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah,
Like,
pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
It's in the title. It's an anime basically, but it's blowing up, man. I need to
I
watch
love
it.
that for you.
Yep. It's good. It's
Not you,
good.
Carlos, not gonna,
Yeah, my family loved
never
it. My
know,
wife's
man.
singing all the songs, and yeah, it's catchy. The songs are definitely catchy. So yeah, they're stuff that you would hear on the radio. They're usually half in Korean and half in English, which I guess is the K-pop thing. But my son has them all memorized. He actually, my 21-year-old knows all the dances. He's got all the moves down. It's.
Would he want you saying this on TV?
Oh yeah, I mean it's all the kids right now. The high schools and
Oh, you
stuff.
don't understand, man. The
This is
K-pop stuff
everybody's doing the. I mean it's all over the place now.
My sister-in-law is big into K-pop, like to the point where she taught herself Korean.
Yeah.
If she's gone to Korea, like if any of what's the big K-pop band?
I don't know. There's a ton of them, but there is.
The guy. There's like
that one
5
boy
boys.
band. Yeah.
and, like,
I know what you're talking
everyone was
about.
all sad because South Korea has mandatory military. So like when you hit 21 or 18 or whatever, you have to go serve 18 months in the military. So like the band hadn't been together for like the last 2 years because half of them hit age and had to go in the military. And like they were talking, they were so big, Carlos, as an international like band that the country was talking about changing the law. Right?
Oh, for them?
And they wanted I don't think of the name of the band. They were
what
going
is
to
it?
change the law and like in the law write in that this band was like a cultural icon, and such as that they were a cultural icon, they were exempt from military service. Like the country can change. That's how big this band is internationally and nationally. And like, but how cool the guys are. They're like, no, don't change the law for us because we don't want to be exempt when all of our fans and all the people and the guys who follow us would have to serve. So they went and served, and they're now they're getting out of it. But I think my sister-in-law's been to she flew to Chicago, she flew to LA to see their concert. There was one over in Orlando. It's big, man. These guys are massive. They've had 1 or 2 big hits in American radio because there's one or 2 of them speak English pretty well and they sing, but they're massive. Yeah, you've probably
That's
heard their
pretty cool.
songs. I know you have.
BTS, is that the one?
Gangnam Style. I've
BTS,
heard it.
BTS,
No,
yeah,
not
BTS.
Gangnam Style. BTS.
I just looked it up
their,
real quick.
Their number 1 song you've definitely heard, but
Yeah.
it's crazy how big it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I just put in K-pop, and the first thing that came up, Demon Hunters, was like the first 10.
Well, I love that for your family, Robert. I love it.
It's good. It's good. I'm not loving it as much as the rest of the family was, but it's good. Yeah.
It's on the list. We're trying to get my kid. My wife wants to watch it, and my son was like, I don't know if I want to watch that. And I'm like,
Yeah. Jim was talking about it the other night too. His son's watching it now, so yeah, all the kids are into it right now. Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, folks. Well, that gets us to the end of another stellar episode.
Yeah, over 2
thank you
hours.
for joining us the entire time. Don't forget the Discord is in the link.
I was just going to mention we dropped the playthrough today of
That sounds good.
Yeah, Paladins of the West Kingdom. So that's number 2. We're going to try to get Viscounts up there, hopefully sometime in the next month or so. But go ahead, Carlos. Didn't mean to cut you off. Yep.
No, that's great.
Just want to throw that out there.
Before we forget,
Yeah.
check out the YouTube. Make sure that you hit like and subscribe and ring the bell so you'll be notified whenever Rob drops a video on there, because he's got direct access to drop videos from Studio C.
Yeah.
Where they play live games over there.
Starting to.
Yep. Over here, we just talk board games. Over there, they play them.
Yeah.
Our email is beansanddice@gmail.com. You can, if you like what we do here and you want to support more of this nonsense that we do, you can do that through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App at Beans and Dice, or cash symbol at Beans and Dice, or do a YouTube super chat. Throw in a super chat, send him some cash our way to help us out. Shout out to my man Chris in the chat. He's been in there saying good night. Good night, Chris. Thanks for chatting in there. I'm sure we'll talk to you soon. And I've been Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
And in the words of Russell Simmons, thank you all for being here. God bless you. And good night.
Good night. Hit that button. Somewhere. Whoops. There we go.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Good night, everybody.